what's up, everybody? There we go. See ya, ladies and gentlemen.
First of all, I didn't realize, my mic even on?
My mic's on. Your mic is maybe not
my
on.
mic. Apparently my mic was on. Don't apologize. Like, okay, let's be real. Like, we're just sitting here, like, we're chilling. We were just talking. Maybe you heard what we were talking about. She's trying to convince, she wants us to do like a Secret Santa. I was like, there's only a couple days left. Oh, my mic sucks again.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, we're back. We're ready to rock and roll again. What a good midday that was there. Look at Tesla, man. We just ended the day with a Tesla talk, and there it goes, man. Tesla up to 496 again. Still can't believe we got stopped out where we did there on Tesla, but that's too bad, man. We had that dead boom, like, oh. Too bad, we just should have given them another 50 cents, but there goes Tesla 496. Welcome, everybody, to the big show now. We had the midday show, which is a great one there, thanks to Sharif and Joey. We'll be talking about some rundown. We'll be going over a few different stocks coming up with you guys shortly. I'm still just in, our positions will load up eventually. I'm still in this long right here. We actually, again, put the wrong stop and got out and got right back in again, so that's why it's showing me this price, but it's been a good day for the TQQs. We'll watch out for those futures. Marvell, nice little upside move. We have that HX. I saw Sharif trading that one. Marvell trying to hold out to these levels, which is why I'm looking at it right now. It looks like the futures may actually want to go for a little bit of a dip. I'm still waiting.
Bitcoin, I think.
Is Bitcoin the one that's moving?
Bitcoin just broke lower day.
Okay, yeah. So, okay, well, that's not good. I'm still waiting down here to get more of these futures with the Qs, but I don't know if that's going to come into play so far. All right, yeah, SMR, Boeing, green days are the best days, and today's a green day for sure, but it feels like the market has been trending lower, right? Most names here, besides a Tesla or anything like that, not really going their upside. It almost looks like upside down. Look at NVIDIA today. Talk about waiting for Santa to come through and give them a direction, but NVIDIA is kind of doing nothing here today. If anything, this is what I mean about how it seems like things are trending lower. So we're trying to empty out of some of the positions that we have as far as the long. Well, right now it's just in the TQs. But underneath, looking to push a little bit lower here is NVIDIA. I mean, I think the rest of the market is all very, very similar, where you haven't really had that epic run. You know, Tesla, fine. I don't even know what Palantir is doing, but some of the, nothing. Palantir is doing the opposite.
One of the weirdest charts ever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I mean, this is what happens right now. It looks similar to AMD, like we make a move down and now we can't really figure out what it wants to do, but I think, yeah, there still is making lower highs.
Yeah, you can short, I guess, those like micro pops.
Yeah, it's just not giving you much to do today, I think, for right now. So we'll have to.
It's a weird day.
See if there's some volume going through. Gold is at all-time highs.
Because if you look at the Nasdaq, like relative to like the SPY, like the Nasdaq is still making some lower highs and maybe leveling off. But if you look at the SPY, if you come to the chart for a second, like there's the Nasdaq, and then you look at the SPY. Like that was almost like a reverse. Like it broke up and is consolidating higher, and then you had the Russell this morning, IWM, and that's starting to pull back, but that was distinctly stronger. So the Nasdaq was definitely lagging. Right now, it seems like, okay, what did we just lost 89,000 in Bitcoin, and 3,000's on the bid of ETH right now. So what just happened in the market? Well, the market didn't do much of anything because it's not doing much, but you just went. I can't say red on IBIT because whatever, it doesn't really matter what the prior close is, but either way, we gapped up, moved up over the weekend, but we just broke the low of the day on IBIT. I'm going to short the pop in IBIT for sure. The other thing I have on my watch is going to be AMD at VWAP and 215, because like a lot of these stocks have this pattern where we just sat there for all of lunchtime and just stayed in the same range. So anything that did that, if it's under VWAP, I think, look for the short under VWAP maybe, and if it did it above, maybe you look for that long position. Yes, I'm looking at short VWAP AMD. If there is a pop in Bitcoin, maybe I can grab that. Or if that's not going to happen, could look at BMNR as Bitcoin is trying to, or as ETH is trying to break the 3,000 level. If that breaks, BMNR is breaking low of the day as we speak. We'll look to short a pop there too. Yeah, so crypto not looking good right now, and maybe that's what's dragging the market a little bit to the downside. With it, there is also, I know Sharif was all over FJET, the greatest IPO of all time, apparently.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was last week, yeah.
Right, like I can't think of an IPO that essentially tripled from the lows, basically gave it all up, then made a new low on day two, right? So it did a complete reversal off the breakout, breaks down through support on day two. You're like, yeah, that thing's done. and then makes an even bigger move on day 3 to the upside. Go figure. So like this one is worthy of this because, hey, it's a space company, so why not? Makes perfect sense. Up 200% and no end in sight. It just broke $20 or, sorry, it's at $20. It is not, oh, now it's broken $20, so it just broke 20. We'll keep eyes on this for everybody.
Man.
As, yeah, for all the excitement over, what do they call again? Medline.
Yep.
It turns out that FJET was the IPO last week that steals the show. Not that Medline was bad. It was actually a very good IPO. Obviously, it's not doing this.
No, we don't. I don't even know what FJET does.
There's something with space.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Space has been pretty hot. We saw SPCE's been going to the downside. HYMC, what's up here? Here's Space Milk. We want to say thank you so much to Space Milk, now a member for 42 months. How are you liking Space Milk, the Sharif Morning Note? Let us know how the Morning Note is going for all of you guys that are members. You can be a subscriber. Get into our chat right now. Thank you so much, Space Milk, for that. He says, HYMC. Yeah, we talked a little bit about Highcroft earlier, and boy, oh boy, are they upside. What was it, new CEO or something today? Highcroft Mining or Michael Burry, or I don't know, but nice move up there for HYMC. And we had the talk earlier that, you know, HYMC does have the ability to move down during the middle to the end of the day. So watch out for that. I can't remember. I don't believe it was you, Space Milk, but someone in the chat had mentioned, it was earlier today. It was, HYMC will follow gold, but then does have its moves in the afternoon to the downside. So that's Thursday, or Friday. I guess Thursday kind of went upside there. So I don't know. There's a nice downside move on last Wednesday, but you know, I think you got to watch spot gold and everything like that to make sure that you're okay with all of this. I mean, obviously it's not moving with gold. Gold is up 2%. That Highcroft there is up 30 or 49%. So there's GLD. Really awesome to see that they are making now new all-time highs on gold. So congratulations anybody that's in that play as we go to all-time highs over in gold, silver, so on and so forth. I think the play that we're gonna have to look at this afternoon is just gonna have to be Tesla. I mean, it's the one moving around right now. It's done 65 million shares and it's just moving for no reason. Like we just went 496 down to 494 again, had this whole move while the market was doing this. So yeah, Tesla definitely in play and it really has not broken VWAP, man, to the downside since 9:30, since 10 o'clock. That's when we started getting involved. So Tesla's gonna be my worst stock today. We're not down that much on it, but we are down on it. We tried to go there. We got a good bounce back, and then we got out right at the end. But I think Tesla, if you're looking for something that has a little bit of action to it, I think that's gonna be the name that we look forward to trading here this afternoon.
Yeah, and well, it looks like Broadcom's making a bit of a move, but there's no story here. It just seems like a little bit of a technical breakout on Broadcom. Distinctly different from a few other names, like, I mean, NVIDIA's underneath VWAP. Sorry, NVIDIA's not doing much. AMD's underneath VWAP. But Broadcom, little...
Oh, it's Eric Sprott, HYMC.
Sprott's the name of yeah, that's who it was. Yeah. You know what's easy?
I was thinking about it. I was like, it wasn't Burry or anything like that.
You know who was whose stock was moving? Just, this is a weird segue, but Eric Jackson was recently talking up HUD 8. You see this today?
No, but I see it now.
17%.
Yeah, well, he was talking about that a long time ago, and then it fell down, and then maybe that should have been a buying spot.
Maybe.
Well, you don't know what these guys are going to talk about next.
Well, he's, of course, Eric Jackson of Open Door fame.
And Nextdoor, NX.
Open Door, Nextdoor, and HUD 8. That is going absolutely crazy. Yala says, SIDU, buy now, thank you later. On Sidus, I keep wanting to say Sidious. So if I say Sidious, then just understand that I mean Sidus space. They missed a really obvious opportunity there. Like Darth Sidious.
Yeah, they should have done better.
Like, why wouldn't you just call, like, what is Sidus? Sidu, I don't know. It's not easy to say.
Screwed up.
Sidious is way better. You want to buy now into that high. The 210 level has got a good buyer on Sidus. I guess you're holding some kind of trend up here. But that's a big one, up 100% today. Love to see this start to hold above 250. Because 250 has been a wall. Whoops. 250 has been a wall in here. Triple top, and it's consolidating into it. Why not just take a 55 breakout and confirm that it's going through? Yet another small capper that's actually doing something. And that's the thing. Sometimes you get these afternoons, holiday shortened week. It might be like crypto, or might be some small cappers that have the most juice going into this afternoon. So when we get the rundown locked and loaded, which is right about now, we'll head off to the desk. for the rundown.
Yeah, let's go.
Welcome to the Afternoon Rundown, everyone, the show where you decide what we talk about every afternoon. Neil and Sean, they're in today, and they're ready to look at the tickers as decided by you, but the only way to get your tickers on the Afternoon Rundown, you gotta get in the chat. You gotta vote every day, but make sure to throw in that $ before the ticker of your choice. Let's look at all four major averages. They are all in positive territory leading up here with the NQ up 0.4 below the highs, though, that we spoke about in the pre-market, but up nonetheless. The ES also up 0.5%, 0.55. The Dow doing well, up 0.44%, but leading the way here, and it's not even close. The Russell 2000 up 1.2% on the day as it tries to work back into that 2,600 point area, making all-time highs not that long ago. The first ticker, as decided by you guys, TSLA, knocking the door of those all-time highs. In fact, I think it did make all-time highs this morning at 9:45 into that 498.83. So this was obviously the headline on Friday. Elon Musk had his pay package reinstated, originally worth $58 billion, but now the new Tesla share price more around $140 billion. Separately, there was this robo-taxi outage on the weekend where Waymos were causing all sorts of havoc on the streets of San Francisco. Videos circulating online showing Tesla's robo-taxi handling it far better. Separately as well, EBS analyst Joseph Spack, not SPAC, but SPAK, guiding or assuming, making his assessment that Tesla's deliveries are going to be markedly lower this year, about 450, or in Q4, excuse me. He's analyzing this, that could come about 415,000 rather than the 429,000 that he had gauged before, guys. So Tesla, the strongest Mag 7 name on the day, up 2.6.
Yeah, certainly leading the way for the Mag 7 is Tesla. But there was, like, it just had another pullback. It's been making higher highs and higher lows the whole way through, but that was maybe the most distinct pullback that it just had. And this 95, like, you'd think, okay, well, 95, look at that resistance for the whole time. Now it all of a sudden is almost meaningless. Like, it broke 95 pretty solidly, then we just lost it again. So I think you got to hold on to these higher lows. It's like if it gets to VWAP, that's probably where everyone is looking for this afternoon. But on like a different note, like Tesla right now, it's been in this game of make a break, then consolidate, and do so like rather messily, and then kind of consolidate up here, then we break the high, and then consolidate before taking it out. So I think we're in the consolidation stage of this next move. And if you look at it from that standpoint, not really convinced. Like like right now it looks like we got the consolidation above the 480. Like if 480 was a problem, now we're consolidating above it. So that means there's a lot of room for this to pull back before you can even say we're losing the strength of this move. You could make a strong argument that 475 even could be support of this range. So like Tesla has been doing this where it hangs out for a while, sometimes even a whole week before making the next leg up. So yeah, it's been incredibly bullish. I just feel like if it continues this pattern, they could sit between 480 and 500 for the rest of this week before we get anything too crazy, which means be patient enough to try to grab that low end of the range on Tesla this week. And when it breaks 500, I feel like every day trader and their mother is going to take the 500 break. That's just a different story because most of that's a scalp trade anyways. But until we convincingly get past these highs, I think you got to be ready to buy the 475, 480 range. Yeah,
no problem with Tesla today. I think Tesla was a good trade. It just fell a little bit too dramatically, that's all. Like I'm going to lose when something like this happens because we don't hold the 200 period moving average. Now, if I was really, it's the first stock that I wrote down on here, and it was 482 to 483 was the levels we were looking at. So it's just like, when I think back about it, if we start off so hot, and remember, like I'm writing those levels down in the pre-market when we're at 487, so that does Tesla have the ability to drop down $3? Yes, it does, but the problem is it takes off like crazy right there, and it doesn't even start like 9:30. It kind of started like 9:27. It started to get going. Must have been an imbalance there, and then we looked at it. I didn't see anything, but next time I have to look a little more close. And then it just takes off, right, and gets right to 500. So it's like, okay. So then I was like, well, this 483 area probably not And I'm doing this all real time, you know, so it's like maybe that's not going to hit. So when it comes back down, the first little area is VWAP in the 50 period. We tried it, we got in and out of that one, almost like nothing there. Then we tried the 200 period a couple times. We got in and out there, so we were 0 for 2. And then we finally waited, and this was 10:15, where it looked like we had sort of made these bottoms off that 486. So what did I do? I waited a couple more minutes, came back into 486. We bought that. We ripped it up to 491. So we had $4 winners on this. So we made it all back, and then we, not all of it back, as we were waiting for it to break VWAP, and then tried it again against that exact same bottom, but this time we break. So once we break 486, I get out. That's like a 50-cent hit. Obviously, in hindsight, should have given a little bit more room, but we put on more shares with a smaller hit. And if it goes up, then you make your whole day. And if it doesn't, then it's a small hit and you say, woe is me. And that's what I'm doing right now. We should have, you know, definitely held on to that one a bit. But what I was saying before, we only broke VWAP once to the downside, and that was right here at 10 o'clock, and then it smoked it. We supported VWAP a bunch of times here. That where VWAP was here was 491.50. The most we go down to is 490.75. So that means you got to give it $1. So if that takes down this VWAP, which is 492.50, I think 491.50, almost where it banked out right there, is almost where you want to stop out again. So I'm long the futures with the TQs, but definitely trying to figure out where to get in on Tesla. Still think we could run to 500 today. It might take a last second like crazy push, like we saw with those imbalances on Friday, but I don't know, like that was 481. We wound up going out around 484, 485, yeah, so it wasn't even that dramatic. All right, let's just wait for Tesla, but I think this is the one you're gonna look for if you're looking for some momentum plays today. Tesla seems like it's hot.
All right, guys, FJET rocketing up here at 182, 183% with a $21 high on the dot, dropping into $19. This one IPO'd on Thursday. Here are the details. This is an aerospace company. They are the owner and operators of the world's largest commercial supersonic aircraft fleet. They operate out of NASA's Kennedy Space Center. They announced they completed the IPO on Thursday, raising $40 million, selling 11.1 million shares of common stock at $3.59. It did open up higher than that. I believe the open price was around $6. The closing resulted in the issuance of 6.145 million shares of common stock, which is about $22 million. They've sold about 5 million shares of common stock from September of 2024 to the commencement of the IPO, guys. So FJET rocketing up here, trying to reclaim $19.50.
Shreve, did you just say they raised $40 million? That million with an M?
Well, that would explain it.
$40 million?
What is the market cap of this thing? Like it just IPO'd at $8 or whatever it was.
What do you make? What do you make even related to supersonic jets? $40 million? What?
Well, how much is that? That's like one wing you could. What kind of supersonic?
Hold on a second. That doesn't even,
oh, you know what? Maybe they're making those die-cast little models.
doesn't even compute. Yo, my
Starfighter's space.
Okay, so you know what they're doing? I figured it out.
Sell.
So they're straight up. They're gonna do, instead of actually making starfighters,
right,
what they're doing is they're gonna make video games
called the Starfighter,
and they put them all over just like in the last Starfighter, where they put video games all over this place, and then that's really secretly training people, and then they're gonna find the best like pilots and astronauts through video games.
Okay.
That way, when the world needs to be saved from aliens, instead of actually getting the best and the brightest,
right.
The Last Starfighter is a hilarious movie premise.
Right.
You essentially have some random people play a video game. The dude with a high score, like, just send him up to save the universe.
Right. He's the one that he has the hand-eye coordination.
You seen that movie?
I know what you mean. I don't think I've seen the movie, but I know that it's a ridiculous video game.
It was fun in the 80s. No, that doesn't even make any sense. Ender's Game has a premise, but Ender's Game is actually really intelligent. Like, it has a real story, and they make it make some sense in Ender's Game. It's well written. The Last Starfighter just takes that concept and it's like, how silly can we make it for an 80s flick? And they do it. But you know what? Forget about all that. $40 million is not a lot of money. But it's also not a gigantic float, which means, hey, it's going crazy. It's got a real cool trend that it's been holding pretty much all day long. Like if you just go from the first dip, like there's the open, there's the first dip, it's been holding this trend line the entire time. I might have accidentally just shifted it, so I'm just gonna save it so I don't move it again. Been holding this trend the whole way. I think that makes it pretty simple. If you're looking long, it bounces off the trend line. I'm going to see how much it costs to short, just to see if it breaks that trend. That's like $3 to VWAP. But yeah, that's what you're watching. It's a pure momentum play. I think that's obvious. I don't think anyone's seriously like at that kind of a raise, very confidently pricing a future value on something that's that small. I mean, how could you realistically? So yeah, pure momentum play. I'd look for a hold of the trend line, maybe also in conjunction with a hold of the prior high. But if it loses those two things, I'd at least price out the shorts. My guess is actually will cost something to pay for these shorts.
Yeah, here's another one today. Firefly Aerospace stock today up another 14% as this name continues to go upside too. SPCE, Space Virgin Galactic, making moves there as well. This fly looks interesting to me because you're right back up to this area. And again, like, you know, I don't know what the story is exactly here. We can find out. Their company traded higher. Oh, broad strength in space related. The company also announced it will join the Russell 2000. Oh, here we go. Real information. Russell 2000 and Russell 3000 indices there for fly. So we sell fly, no lie. But this one is balling. Like, that's a nice move up now 14.5%, looking to get even higher right now. So yeah, there goes fly. Look at it. Look, this is a 50-period moving average. Could have followed this thing from 20 bucks. 20 bucks, Sean, what are you talking about? How about from $18.50, $19? We haven't really tested it until we finally do. This one actually could be, maybe we have to look for shorts on this too. This one could be going to the downside right here. Finally trying to break this 50-period moving average. So there's fly. This was on the 18th, which is just last week, man, just last Thursday. We were down to 18 bucks, now up to 28 on Russell inclusion there, 2,000 and 3,000 for fly, which is Fly Aerospace. So just another name to look out for here. Looks like it's gonna give it up. So I would say watch out. There's nothing wrong with this kind of a short break of 28 bucks. Give it to 28.70, 70 cents. I mean, you could do worse right now than FLY. With the spread pretty good, right? Like 4 or 5 cents here. We'll see what happens on this name, but I like it. We'll see if it can, instead of fly, if it can maybe take a dive back down in. So just check that out right there. Maybe we'll look back at this and see what we think in a couple minutes when fly potentially goes the other way.
For the record, that's another 80s science fiction movie.
The Fly?
Fly, yeah.
Yeah, The Fly.
It was a creepy movie.
Exactly. Q's starting to go. Yeah, what's up? I see you, Salvador Jimenez. Yes. Finally, the Q's starting to go back upside right here. So this is what I'm looking at. We'll go to Sharif because we'll talk about this when I'm here. But just trying to take out the 200-period moving average. Maybe we'll get some offers there. I'm still waiting for it to break VWAP. Let's just get some out, Salvador. Here we go. On the Q's, we'll get them out right here. 36s. We'll put an offer. See if we're lucky enough to get something up there. Talk about an 80s movie.
That's
Back, baby. Right there, one of the best around.
probably the top 5 in terms of famous 80s movies. It's got to be up there.
Yeah, Top Gun.
So well known. Top Gun.
Maybe some of those Indiana Jones movies, Star Wars movies, The Goonies. All right, let's go. E.T. Steven Spielberg. I mean, there's so many.
My daughter won't watch that.
E.T.? Oh, we went to a drive-in one time to watch E.T. one time.
Oh, I'm drive-through in a minute.
Yeah.
Where is there still a drive-through here?
There was one near Oakville. We went a while ago. We saw the first, I think it was the first Zootopia along with E.T. So it must have been like 5 years ago. We stayed for both, man. It was good, man. We opened up the back, had some popcorn, did that whole thing, man.
That's how it's
Pretty fly for a white guy. That's right, KT. The Fly, Aerospace. Another great song. All right, before we reminisce too much, let's go back over to Neil.
Well, I was reminiscing over something that I just found.
Oh, good.
Sean, which is not reminiscing. It's more. It's
You're
informing.
you're in the discovery phase.
Yeah, we're digging into some exchanges, and we stumbled across BTCC. You know they're near the top 30 globally. And the crazier thing, though, is they've never once been hacked. Other exchanges get wrecked. These guys stay untouched and clean. Also, there's zero KYC between the US, Canada, or Europe. And through Trader TV, you can get 100 USDT coupons for registering, plus a 15% bonus that covers up to 15K USDT losses. Seriously, what are we missing out here? Scan that QR code for more information. Link also in the description. As we go to, I actually don't know what symbol we're talking about next, believe it or not, because the name that's next on the list, I promise you we're not actually talking about that. So let's go up to Sharif and see what the next name is on the list.
Another small cap gapper, Neil. SIDU still trading over 100%, about 105%. Sidus Space is the name of the company, and they announced today that they got a contract under the Missile Defense Agency Scalable Homeland Innovative Enterprise Layered Defense Initiative, guys. Yeah, that is a mouthful there. It was running Friday, running again today, 259 high, putting in some higher lows here below the $0.50.
If I didn't understand that initiative, could you please repeat whatever that initiative was there?
One more, Katina, man. One more time. All right. Missile Defense Agency Scalable Homeland Innovative Enterprise Layered Defense Initiative, guys. There it is.
All right, I missed the middle part. One more time.
No, but in all seriousness, there's only one good reason to have any project or whatever should only have a name that absurd if it makes the most epic acronym of all time. So it
should have thought about that. Yeah, it's probably.
But if it doesn't make an acronym, what the heck are you doing?
I think it spells out the word bullshit. I think.
Well, good, because that's what that sounds like to me.
Oh man, SIDU. I don't know. We shouldn't say that. I mean, it's up 105%. Someone made a lot of money.
Oh, I don't know anything. Look, whatever.
Someone made a lot of money.
Yeah, like I'm sure lots of people made a lot of money on SIDU. The thing about SIDU is, like, can you keep the money after you make it? This is a habitual offender. Habitual offender. By the way, Sharif, thank you for sending me that Chappelle clip. Anyways, he sent me a clip from the new special. It's pretty funny. I got to watch that. Chappelle's great. But SIDU, you take your money when it presents itself. How many times, like, there's your big spike day. If it gaps up the next day, red. Where's the next big spike? Well, I can zoom out a little bit here. This spike, red the next day. So usually on the first initial spike, you're going to be red on the next day, even if it gaps up. So taking profit makes sense here. All of that, in perspective, it's managed a few times. Like here it did it, and here it did it, and here as well, to make some higher lows. So even if it pulls back, like sometimes you get more of a 2 or 3 day rally, or at least a couple of week rally. The 250 has been a problem for the stock. It's rejected 250 3 times here. However, it has held on to trend while doing so. So it's putting in higher lows into a break. Only 2 ways to look at this. If we don't hold the trend line, then you're breaking it out. Sorry, if we do hold the trend line, you're breaking it out. If we don't hold the trend line, that's a little shallow into VWAP, because 210 had support earlier. There was a wave seller or a held offer at 210 for about 15, 20 minutes or so before it broke out right after 10 o'clock. And now that's also support and right around VWAP. So I think if you lose 230, you're going right to that 210 level pretty quickly, where you might look for support. I think it's more interesting as a potential breakout 250 where you use a trend line as your out. So that's what I want to do.
Yeah, I saw they dropped that. It was like a surprise Chappelle stand up there after the Jake Paul fight. So shout out to Chappelle. I do have to catch that. All right, we're running a little bit late on time here. Let's go over. I think there's a couple more names. We'll get them from Sharif, then we'll see if we can set up some trades for all of you into this afternoon.
Rocket Labs, Katina Man, RKLB up 10 1/3 after President Trump on Thursday. This has been running since Thursday, as you can see there on the chart. Signed an executive order named Ensuring American Space Superiority, which is shifting to a commercially driven space economy. He set a 2030 moon outpost goals. He also mandated the retirement of the International Space Station, and he's prioritizing commercial solutions over government-funded ones, which has Stifel maintaining their buy rating here on Rocket Lab today and boosting the price target, boys, from 75 to 85, 78.45 high, trading at 77 3/4 at the moment.
Well played, boosting the price target.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, it definitely has some rocket boosters underneath this one, and it looks like it is breaking out. I mean, that was it right there. We came back in yesterday right at $70 right there, or today, and that was sort of these wick tops, and now we've exceeded them, and now you're starting to break out again to that upside. So, I mean, this is kind of reminding me of just a more mature BBAI, where if we sort of zoom back out of this one, you're going to see it just hold this 200 period moving average, right? I mean, that's been something that we've talked about numerous times here on the show, about where you're trying to buy good quality names if they ever dip down into those levels. And we just got one in basically all the way down in here into 39.50 or so, all the way to the downside right there. So you got to be very, very careful with Rocket Lab. And now it goes to the upside. I just want to show you one thing here before we do that. I went in, and I bought into the Kathy Wood. Where is she? There she is right here. This is not based on her calling me or anything. We talked about this over Thanksgiving, of course. But it was, this is the holdings here that are involved in the autonomous and robotics ETF. Now, when we got that news from President Trump a while ago that we were pumping a little bit of more money into this space, we went over and we bought some more Tesla and we bought some ARKQ. And I have never held Rocket Lab and pretty much any of these other names except, well, Tesla, Palantir, fine, Kratos there, KTOS, no, Teradyne. And this gave me exposure to all of this. So I am naturally invested in Rocket Lab right now. And it's been so far so good. I mean, what a good move that's been. Obviously, it would have been way better to buy the individual stock, but it is never more important, Neil.
Can you fill that back up?
We can after this. After this, because Ramin is on the ones and twos, and if we don't continue to do this. When the seconds count, and Ramin, apparently we are minus 10 seconds, you don't have time to wait, Neil. We have to treat these symptoms immediately. NYSE-listed OGen is rewriting the rules of neurological care. They are looking to develop the first FDA-approved treatment for concussions. So if you're suffering from a concussion or know somebody that is, please, guys, we've had them on the show numerous times. It's OGen, symbol OGEN. Please make sure you do scan the QR code when it shows up and check the link in description and find out more about OGen and their, hopefully revolutionizing drug there that is a nasal, supposed to be treated immediately. So that would be good if and when that gets the final approval. So check out OGen over there on the NYSE listed exchange.
Shout out to that, for sure. It was that ETF list that hopefully I don't know if you still have it. I mean, it's not a huge deal. I just wanted to point out one of the names on that list because you might get some exposure that you don't necessarily want to ignore, and that is, check out AVAV, number 9 on that list. They're a big drone. They're one of the biggest drone.
Good, man, 3.6%.
companies. But what I like about them is, that one's turning. We were just talking about the 200-period moving average. I like that today. So this is AVAV, again, like a big name in the drone business, which I think is going to be a big deal next year for sure. Just look at the ramp up with what's going on in Venezuela. Just look at what's going on with modern warfare. If you want to save, +2 on top of that, if you want to be serious about saving money while maintaining military spending, then I think drones are the way to go. They're cheaper. Obviously for a lot of reasons, but this one looks real good bouncing. Today off the 200-period moving average is AVAV. I think we might have one more to go. So let's go on up to the desk and figure out what that might be.
Last one is Meta, guys. Not much of a headline here, not much of a move either. It popped up earlier on, retraced the entire move down, up about 0.2%. Apparently their threads is still a thing, and apparently they're making a play for podcasters by including podcast, excerpts of podcasts within the feed on threads being reported by Bloomberg here. So not much of a move for Meta, up 0.12.
Straight up.
How did Meta make the list?
My pops is the only dude, my dad is the only dude in the world that is using threads. No, I'm not even making it up. Like, Sean can confirm. I'm not going to show it. But it's like he's always sending me it's like threads. Sometimes YouTube, but like multiple times. Threads again. You know how other people will send you
I wonder if he's just like, maybe he's on Instagram. Because sometimes I see like Instagram and then it highlights threads things.
Maybe that's
and then you could forward those. I sometimes see. I can't think of a good What's the story about threads though? They're trying to monetize it or? Podcast clamps, okay.
Which is, here's an easy one for the chat. This will be pretty simple. Because on Friday we did one, it was like, what 2 stocks do you want? And I was like, it was like MSTR versus something reasonable. So like the reasonable stock was 1 and MSTR was 2, and it was like 90% ones. So if you use threads, type in 1 in the chat right now. If you don't, then type 2, which is what I'm gonna do and everyone's gonna do in about a second. Racer X9, don't act like you don't. That's cap. That's cap. Yellow Studio, that's cap. It's all 2s, baby. All 2s in here. And I love Meta. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm a Meta believer. I'll believe in Zuck to get it right because the guy, if you doubt him before, you basically gotten hurt. So it's almost all 2s. I don't want to hate on threads too much, but it speaks for itself. The issue with Meta right now is about $675. In the 200-period moving average. Once, twice, OB thrice, and now for a 4th time today, it has been rejection. Oh, that's okay. It is only 3 times. crazy dark pool wick. It is 3 times including today. So 675 and 670 into 675. Big time major rejection area. It's a 200 period moving average on the daily. That's the next step. Like it's made its bounce. Holding a higher low, obviously, at 640 has already happened. So you're in trouble if you lose 640 going into next year. But the next step is breaking out over that 200 period, and then we go gap fill time for Meta. So I'm just looking pure technicals on this bad boy. As it's been kind of rough with them, but it made a very distinct break of trend, and now you're in a consolidative phase. You're back above the 50, the 200 period is the next thing to take. I think the second it's able to do that, look for some strength there in Meta. And wow, Bitcoin just continues to fall. It's going counter to the market.
88,000 too, yeah.
Down. Oh, ETH is now down underneath 30K. Sorry, 3,000 as well. So ETH breaks 3,000. Bitcoin underneath, what are we at? 88.3. So on IBIT, you're just continuing to make lows. Maybe BMNR hasn't gone yet. BMNR is still trying to go. This will be frustrating for me. They had BMR at the right area, but not at the right time. And now we're continuing to go lower. Yeah, bad day for Tom Lee. Well, I guess probably Michael Saylor too.
Yeah, talk about bad timing with Tesla, but we're back into it now. So here's a trade alert, we just made one. So I'm gonna try Tesla. We said that if it came back into this area, right there, VWAP, we were gonna go for it. So that's exactly what it just did right now. So we're long here at 07s, it's nothing, it's a flat trade, you can wait for it. I'm gonna wait to see if we can get another fill here at VWAP. Then if it breaks 492, I'm gonna get out. You could hold this, I was thinking about holding it all the way there to 491 break, but well, I just would rather regroup and see it down there. So let's do that. So we'll see if it holds VWAP. I know that the last time we tested it, it did do this little dump off. That was about $1 lower. So we sort of did that math. That was, not that every move is gonna be the same. That's 491.50. That move right into there was 490.75. So that VWAP is flat at 492.50. So 491.50 would maybe be a breaking spot there. I'm gonna wait for, just if we break 492, I'm gonna get out of it. Like $1 sort of from where we're starting. And here it is. So it's not a bad trade so far. So we're in the money 40 cents, although now it's pulling back. Got to watch out here for Tesla, trying to go upside a little bit, which is fine, but we're gonna have to give it a little bit of time. So let's give this time and see what Tesla winds up doing. Let's go to Sia for now.
Hi guys, so as we approach the final trading sessions of the year, let's take a look at what is moving markets as of today. The 2-year note auction came out at 1 p.m. this afternoon. Not a major change between the previous and the current number, but watch out for the CB confidence number coming out at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Let's take a quick look at some news headlines. Instacart has ended its AI-driven pricing. So now, for some time, this was leading to the costs being pushed for certain shoppers for similar items being purchased in similar stores. And the total costs for these type of goods was up by almost 7%. This was varying by 7%, resulting in an average of an extra $1,000 per year of cost for customers. Instacart has been ordered to pay $60 million in refunds to customers to settle certain claims, but the company has said that it has done nothing wrong, and the company has denied allegations of any kind of wrongdoing. The company's stock currently has fallen by 2.6% as of this afternoon after the announcement. Let's also take a quick look at NVIDIA. Sorry, I'm just gonna move here. NVIDIA. So NVIDIA is aiming to deliver the first shipment of the H200 chips to China by mid-February. Now, this shipment, as said by the company, will be delivered and arrive in the country right before the Lunar New Year holiday in mid-February. A key thing to note at this point is that Beijing has not approved any H200 purchases at the moment, but this would mark the first planned sale and shipment that arrives in China after US President Donald Trump said that Washington would allow such sales with a 25% fee. NVIDIA stocks rose by 3.9% after the announcement and are currently up around 1%. Paramount. Just a second. Paramount has guaranteed the backing of billionaire Larry Ellison in its bid for WBD. Paramount previously did not increase bid today, which has led people to believe that the deal is superior to Netflix's. Mr. Ellison has also guaranteed to provide a personal guarantee of $40 million, $40 billion of quality financing for the offer and damages against Paramount. So Paramount is now offering $30 per share cash for WBD to rival Netflix. And to sum it up, Paramount has made 3 offers to WBD, all of which have been rejected. Currently, Paramount stock is up 3.8%. WBD is up around 3.3%, and Netflix is trading 1% negative. That's all for right now, and back to the guys.
Straight cash only.
I always like that.
I mean,
straight
objectively,
cash.
it's a better offer, like in any normal objective fashion, like 30 cash versus 23.25 and like 0.04 whatever of Netflix shares are. Like the degree to which you have to believe in Netflix shares over the next like 8 to 12 months is kind of absurd to make that offer not as good. But you got to be able to close the deal. I think that's what I guess set it apart. But if you're going to get guaranteed financing, or at least Ellison's going to step in with a good portion of it, that would help things. Netflix down, that's frustrating because one would think, I guess again the market's trying to price in that they might actually have to raise their bid here, and then that'll give you some kind of weakness in Netflix. Unfortunately, it's right on those lows, but it's holding support. So there's nothing. I wouldn't be scared of this yet because it's made this initial bottom down around like 92.5, and so far so good. Like we're holding it. I would hate to see if they raise the bid. I think you lose this shelf for Netflix. That's the downside, and I think you just gap through it, unfortunately. So I have to watch out for that. But so far they've managed to stand pat, and they show no indications that they're actually going to raise the bid from Netflix side. So I do like that as someone who's a shareholder and then recently bought some more. But if they were to raise the bid, I might consider take some out and then wait for another low to put those shares back on. So far, so good. And also still with WBD, we were saying this before. Sure, they've got a better guarantee for financing, but it's still a $30 cash bid. And this morning, again, you could have, like somebody was able to get in the mid 29s there, and then lower highs after that. I think the market's kind of wise to the fact that without a higher bid from Netflix, this thing pops and they're selling it over 29, understanding that that's almost like free money, right? Because the deal will take time to close. Time value of money matters.
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna. Well, we'll see. I don't know whose deal they're gonna accept or not. But as you said, if you're looking for $30 cash, you can get it now, or close enough to that for Warner Brothers. And so we'll see where that goes right here. But Random Sciences or Random Scenes wants to know more about this stock, Adara. So I'm going to throw it over to you because here's HUD 8 today. If we come over to the chart, we can just quickly have a quick look at it. Up 18% today and flying. So we've been asked a couple times, Adara, what's up with this stock? You got it for us?
What's up is a price target that, quite frankly, is a little wild. We have Benchmark with a street high price target of, drumroll please, $85
Bang.
on HUT. Now, we know HUT is also, they have involvement with that ABTC or American Bitcoin. That's also, of course, has involvement with the Trump family. And then our man Eric Jackson of Open Door fame, he's also involved in HUT 8. So just a couple bits of context here that I think are important for HUT. But the story for today is Benchmark's $85 street high price target as far as I can tell. Back to you.
Okay.
All right. I mean, yeah, to be up 17%, but I guess it's just maybe justifying the fact that, the work that Eric Jackson's done, because I remember we traded this here back in October, and it seems like just yesterday, to be honest with you, up to $56. Then we had to move back, a retest of that, then it really got hit. And it's just been a real roller coaster since we heard about this name from EWJ Management. It's Eric Jackson and company. We talked about Open Door fame, Next Door fame, and now HUT 8. And it was an infrastructure play for crypto, for power, for, blockchain is crypto, but the AI, there was a big whole, discussion of that. And now I guess the fact that it's being upgraded sort of maybe adds some validity that somebody else is maybe seeing something with HUT 8 as well. So nice to see some reiteration on that play. And if you are long because you've been following, guys, then today is a good day for you because it gave you a lot of opportunities to buy HUT 8 at real reasonable prices, man. I mean, this was just in the middle of the month, like Merry Christmas. You could have got this at $34. Now you're up to $52 again. So yeah, this little level right in here for HUT looks like a decent one. So I would say $32.50, $33 for HUT 8 seems to be something that we'd want to look at. So thanks for the question there, Random Scenes, and thanks Adara for handling it for us. The SMR Magic Man was around early, but then left a little late. As you can see here, it was around early and left early actually, and has left it dead for late, as it looks like we're trying to break through this sort of day's low area of 1640. So if it loses that bid, it's kind of crazy because I'm still long the futures, but they're not really doing anything. We took advantage of this move higher right there and got something out at VWAP. The first time we didn't, we let it kind of go through and took out these local highs there. But for right now, the TQs with the Qs with the Nasdaq is not going. So it tried to build up itself off the bottom. Remember, we're initially long from here. I made a keystroke error and I had to buy back. I sold it and then wanted to buy it right back, and we did do that. So it looks like we're going to be out of the money on this position, but realistically, we've done real well on the futures there today. So we're going to wait to see if it comes back in. But yeah, I'm going to drop this if it breaks 54. Like, I don't even think we want to wait. Well, maybe we do. The trade is falling apart on itself right now. It's not giving me the feels that we like anymore. So I might not even reload this and then just kick myself out if we break 54.14s. I'm like really debating doing that, just because the more this sort of drifts all day, it's not great. So I'm thinking about stopping myself out basically on a 54.15 or so. Or maybe just 54 even. Even to give up that last 10 cents all the way down there, I'm not sure that makes any sense. I mean, when this was happening, the volumes were still kicking. We were still doing some good, RVOL, and then all of a sudden it dried up. It actually was okay there on the way back up, but look what's happening now, of course. And if I zoom this in, you can just see volume got pretty dry for right now. So if it wants to drift up, I'm happy to be long in a slow market. It's just, I don't know how much movement we're actually going to get on this into the close. As many traders, I mean, they might have done their trading early. Now they're gone. Will they come back to push this market somewhere? I don't know. My bet is probably no. So I think if we can drift back to VWAP, we'll take some more outs right there, and then we'll wait for 54.45. And then the other trade that we're sort of same mentality on, honestly, is Tesla. It's kind of the same trade. We've drifted back in. We're trying to support VWAP. We bought it. We didn't get anything out. We're waiting for a higher push here. So if this all drifts down against me, then at least we have our plan of action, and we're not going to hold it for too much longer. So that's what I'm trying to do here. If we're able to get some good bids, fine. But other than that, light shares and trying to make a little bit of money here on whatever movement we might have into this close.
Speaking of movement, it looks like another halt to the upside for FJET, the world's greatest IPO, raising a monumental $40 million. Which is, I don't know what Juan Soto makes in a year, I think.
What? Way more than that.
Was he 47?
No, more. I mean, more.
I think he had some deferred, though. It doesn't really.
I don't know.
Who cares? But up at $20.71, it's halted because it's an Amex stock. We don't really, I can't give you what the tap is and have it matter, because the tap is always just whatever it closes at. So there's no heads up on where this thing is going to open. But fresh highs, which every single high here is an all-time high. That's just how it goes because it's a recent IPO, is FJET. And it does, look at this. There it just opened up.
Oh, it opened up? Okay.
And another fresh high. It has yet, so it hasn't closed. When it broke the trend line, the first thing it did, opened and retook it on the next bar. So it never really broke down. So I'm going to leave this trend line in here. If I see it break under the trend line, next bar closes underneath, I still think it can be a short. It's really respecting that trend for sure. Bitcoin continues to go lower, but I am not getting any pops to short. I jumped into VWAP on SIDU, which is SIDUS, SIDUS something. Oh, goodness.
I don't know what it is.
I know, it's a SIDUS space. Yeah, I should never forget that after this. But it just wicked that 210 level. And if it doesn't come back down into VWAP, I might try to nibble here at 20 on the higher low and try to play this into that high. So it didn't break out at 250, but it pulled right back into that VWAP and 210 support, and it's starting to go. So I'm going to, like I said, nibble in here, see if I can't still get it closer to the volume weighted price. And I just heard in my ear, they don't call FJET, the new service, FJET. They're calling it Starfighter Space, which somehow seems even more ridiculous. When you think about it. Oh, we got a super chat. But it's just the super chat.
Yeah, it says, hey, you.
Okay. Although I don't see it on our site yet, so I can't pull it up for you guys. But Dragon Fireball 99, appreciate the super chat. No message, just thank you for the $2. You're in Canada. Hey, let us know where you are in Canada. We are located in not White Christmas, Toronto, Ontario, obviously.
Yeah, I wonder if there is. We could check to see the weather network, see if there's any weather coming. I don't know if there is or not right now. Yeah, good for Tesla so far here. We did get that 492.50 fill, so that was VWAP, and that's where we're at right now. So we just took the same amount of shares. We're going to give it. It almost broke us out. If it breaks through 492 flat. There, it's just flat for us now. We could get out now. Well, it just went to the 80s. Now it's back in the 60s here, Tesla. So just watching out for that one. We're long here at 86. What it shows for me. Yeah, it's 492.86 clean. So here we go. We'll see if we can get something out if we take out 493. But it looks like it is coming back in again right there. All right, thank you, Dragon Fireball. Again, 99 with a $10 super chat coming through. And then we have one about USAR. Yeah, we like it. I like that stock there. The metals name, right? Metals and mining. So
yeah, rare earth.
Yeah, rare earth. Yeah, so let's go over and have a look at what rare earth Class A shares are all about right now. So USAR just down 3%. I mean, I thought MP Materials might be a little bit better. That was one of the first investments that the United States government made into this space. So MP Metals, not bad. This is what it looks like on a daily chart. I mean, most of the daily charts, I mean, I'm in the futures and I'm in Tesla. So believe me, like I know most of them are hanging on by a thread right now. But USAR, rare earth metals, looks like it could be a good dip buy opportunity today. And even here on the daily, this is what I mean about looking at this versus MP Metals versus Lithium America. I feel like just like do your research. And if any of them look better for some reason to you than others, go with it, because this has had like the sort of the trajectory of this stock is up and back down. It got very dramatic there, and obviously went a little higher than it was supposed to. There's the move down, there's the move up, there's the move down again. So potentially the next move is northbound on this USAR. So yeah, I'd play this off of that most recent bottom, man. Like if you just kept playing off the bottoms there, you would have caught this move higher. So USAR, play off $11. I think that's a good one. I got you, Fabian, and now we're going to get to Neil.
Absolutely, everybody. Why? Because if you're a sophisticated trader in Canada, we got exciting news for you. Beta Pro by Globex Canada, the largest provider of leverage inverse leverage ETFs, has just launched 6 new triple leverage ETFs, 3 times bull and bear exposure to the S&P TSX 60, semiconductors, and on U.S. Treasuries. Also, you're going to be able to get a special fee rebate throughout the end of the year, December 31st, and U.S.-focused strategies use currency hedging. This allows for more pure performance and exposure. So if you are a tactical and sophisticated trader and you are looking to amplify your performance, check out betapro.ca 3x daily to learn more. Appreciate them. And we got a shout out. Dragon Fireball 99 can't stop.
I can't even tag them for some reason.
I'm not.
You got to type something in the chat, maybe then I can tag you. I just said thank you so much.
Yeah, you know why? It's because there isn't when there's not a message with it. Maybe that's the issue.
No, I don't think he's actually typed in the chat. He's just, you have to type in the chat to be able to tag somebody.
Yeah, exactly. But another super chat. So that's at least 4 that I'm.
It's slowly getting bigger. It was like $2, $5, $10, $20, $50. Yeah. So around $100. Thank you so much for that, man. That's huge, man. Merry Christmas to you.
100%. But we got a few. Oh, what's this?
There he goes. He's dropping it in. He said $see us. Thank you. So maybe I can tag him now.
Adam Jones.
Yeah, there you go. Now I can tag. Tagged.
There we go. Adam Jones with one as well.
Tagged.
Super chat, Adam. Chris Ray driving home from exit.
I don't know who Chris Ray is.
Rest in peace. Unfortunately. I don't know who that is.
Hopefully Chris Ray is okay and they didn't actually rest in peace or anything like that, but I don't know who that is. All right, Tesla right now trying to go. So talking about driving home. Thanks, Chris Ray, for that. And I hope, Adam. There it is. So the money's being dropped down a little bit now for Tesla. So here we go, man. I mean, we're in the trade. It's 50 cents in the money. Try to give you some winning trades here this afternoon. Mentioned the only trade that we're in right now is Tesla. So, well, we're also in the futures, but I don't know if that's going to be doing anything at all. So there it goes. Let's see if we can hold Tesla now back upside. We just took another piece out there at the 50-period moving average, which was almost a dollar club. That's our best out right there, a quarter. We almost got to 50s. Maybe or maybe it did get to 50s right there. No, we might have got one of the highs there. So I think we can, if it gets to 50, fine. What are the top of these wicks? Let's put an offer at 70 just to get a little bit greedy. I don't know if it's going to go there. 493, let's go 65. We'll put out some shares there. And then after, I'm already at 78 actually, so I'll cancel that. We'll go to 55 there. Sorry, 75. And then we'll wait to see about that top area in and around 495. The 200 period is 494. So I'm thinking like the top may stop in and around 494 if that does come into play there for Tesla. We're going to go over to Sia right now. So see ya, everybody, until she's done.
Thank you, guys. We're going to do a really quick small cap recap. The Russell is up 1.4% today. Pretty good of a green carpet is what I'm seeing in front of me right now. Health tech, electronic tech, non-energy are outperforming the others. Finance is doing a little bit flat as of right now. Let's talk about a couple individual movers. IONQ soared 10% this morning. The stock hit an intraday high of 55.56 on volume of about 16.7 million shares. The reason for this jump is currently unknown, but if there's anything, I will definitely keep you updated. Currently, the stock is up 12%. KTOS, the company Kratos' stock, has shot up 6.7% this morning after the stock's positive swing was initiated by an analyst at KeyBank, a U.S. regional bank with the strongest hold in Cleveland, Ohio, who initiated coverage on the company. So Kratos' shares are super volatile currently and have had over 35 moves greater than 5% over the last year. The company stock has risen 208% since the beginning of the year, and it is currently trading at positive 7.7%. CYTK as well is up 7% currently. The drug maker's shares have shot up after U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved the company's oral drug to treat a rare heart condition this Friday. The stock is up 47.4% year to date. And that's all. Back to the guys.
Thank you very much, Sia. As always, fantastic job. But we got a few super chats to get to. One, we got Danny's boy, who I know you were talking about Hycroft this morning, so you got their midday push down in silver, which brought the miners along with it. HYMC, which I believe you were saying you were long. Hycroft went up, wait a minute, 50 to Hycroft.
HYMC.
Yeah, 50. No,
50
it didn't.
to 41.
50 to 41 and back to 56.
Percent?
Did it though? Oh, 50%. That's where you confused me. I'm thinking prices, but you're talking percentage. Yeah, so it went from 50% up to 41% up, but more from the 26 back into VWAP. Really what looks like it is happening is just it's bouncing off of VWAP here. So pull back, bounces out the volume weighted average price, makes another high, attempts at the high, fails it, bounces out the volume weighted average price. So there are some buyers. Despite the fact it's so parabolic, usually when you have a day like this, when it goes this far out of bounds, I'd expect when it pulls back to lose VWAP. So I'd be a little bit, double top. I'd be cautious about this one. I feel like you've already got such a great win. Like ring the register. Like that's been an absolute runner. So I want to thank you for the super chat. And then we got another one from Dragon Fireball 99, another super chat. So I want to thank you as well for that. I jumped into Sidus space when it bounced this little higher low. Got up to about 230 and already starting to make its way back. The issue here is, volume's been okay most of the day. It's done 330 million shares, but it is declining volume. This is kind of the issue. It just bounced off VWAP, but it's still declining volume, which I don't like. Power hour is about to hit. You want to see that volume at least taper off and start to head back up. So I don't think I'll reload it again off these 20s. I'll just get it out if the volume doesn't start increasing. But I am scalping, trying to get the high into that 250, and then if it breaks 250, I think that's going to be almost a secondary trade if we can grab that. So yeah, we're into SIDU. But right now, volume kind of tapering off from it's probably one of the highest volume names in there. But a lot of that happened this morning. And for anyone still tracking our good friend FJET,
oh yeah, spaceship,
the greatest IPO of all time, it's still holding the higher end of this trend. Locates were very cheap for us, by the way. Considering it's only been on the market for 3 days, we're paying less than a cent a share for Locates at real trading, which means we can short it. But if it cannot break down under this trend line, I'm not going to try shorting it. Still up at 21, now double topped at 22, up 218%. You also have to throw in the fact that this entire space, this unintended, has been strong today. Right? So it's got that going for it. Despite the fact that they raised $40 million in this IPO. Incredibly small.
Power hour.
That'll wake you up.
It's always Oh, something happening around here. All right, so I was just now that we're in Power Hour officially.
Yeah.
In Power
Are
Hour.
we? I couldn't tell. Could you tell?
Well, the futures are really moving. No, not yet. So I just put another offer here just to give you guys an idea. Like, if we can get another 40 fill on Tesla, we're going to do that. So I'm sitting here right here at 45. Just take out like another 5%. Like, it's not Undertaker. It's not.
What I thought.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, we're going to wait for 493 40s or so to come into play. My guy, Joe, the legend over there, mentioned Palantir to me. And I mean, it's been doing real well, Palantir today. Like off the bottom, it's down today, but this has been a good trade for the long. And, you know, I'm looking for longs, so in all the wrong places, apparently. But right into here, 192.65, you know, some of those levels that came in through when we were sort of getting beat up a little bit in the morning time there was a good little level there, 192.60. So I don't even think, I know, you know, Joe's hitting the bang button, like must have had a nice little call from that bottom. I think that's a great play, but I'd have to wait for that to come back in one more time instead of taking it right now. I don't think the futures are going to reward anybody for buying this. I think you got to wait for dips to happen like we did on, and this might be absolutely nothing. Like I have no idea what's going to go on with Tesla. But, you know, waited for a dip into VWAP, waited for it to get to a level that we believed in. Okay, what's up, Jason Financial? This better be a financial question. Oh, no, it's not. I see, what, 4? Oh, is that the amount of shares?
Oh, 500.
500,000 shares, limit sell at $500. Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, I can't find it. Okay, I'll look for that in a minute. When that gets,
if it did, how would you know it's?
It won't even get canceled. People will just take it out.
Yeah,
I don't think that's that big of a...
big.
Well, if that's that many shares, it's done 71 million shares on the day. Yeah. You're saying that's 500,000 shares?
Like it's obviously a big order.
Yeah.
Like it's a big order.
It's not nothing.
Yeah, it's not nothing, but in terms of it stopping the stock, no. And the other thing too is when that gets canceled, when the mock comes out of 350, now, sometimes that is sometimes true because what'll happen is someone thinks that they're getting a specific price, like higher. They might elect to, well, I'm not getting that price because it's not trading there, and then they'll just throw it into the auction because the stock is strong on the day. It's possible. There's no guarantees on that. And seeing large orders at even dollar levels like that is pretty normal. Tesla 500, there'd be lots of big orders at Tesla 500. There'd be big orders at 90, you know, at 499.90. There'd be big orders at 490. It would be a decent order at 499 probably. So I don't think there's anything crazy there, and no guarantee which direction the mock is going to come out either on Tesla. Just remember, on Friday we had index rebalancing and then witching. So sometimes you get a little residual nonsense on the Monday after the fact. So some of the stocks that went kind of weird, like Intel was an example, Amazon was one. Just pay attention. You might see some craziness at 350. Not that we're expecting any crazy index action. And as far as the level 2 goes on Tesla, like you're not close enough to 500 for us to reasonably pick out that order, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, you're only at 490. I mean, I'm getting some more out bang.
You can scroll to it again, but probably won't see it.
That was a good idea. Right now we're 65. Thanks, Joe. We are now 60 cents plus in the money now on Tesla. So we just have the one trade here so far. We're still holding on to that trade, but that's with the TQs, nothing's happening with the market right now other than a little bit of a dip down. We said that, you know, we started the show right like as soon as we came on at 2 o'clock, we killed some time waiting for Sharif to get that board going. And then I was just like, the only stock that I'm probably going to be looking at would be Tesla. It does drop in right now. I mean, it could still lose that bid. We're waiting to see what the futures wind up doing here into the close. But if it does, we're getting lighter. So I just wanted to say that I'm out of now 25%. Like I want to be able to hold it for if and when it does this. So that's what I'm going to do. Like I don't have that many shares at risk here. And the position, if you're joining us for the first time, Neil and I trade equity, and it's not, it's not 0-day options or anything like that. However, we're on a prop floor that does require us to be flat going into the close. So if there is a big trade to be had, it needs to be made basically before 4 o'clock or any trades, and then covered in and around that 4 o'clock marker. So whether or not you wait for a little bit after 4 or any time like that, it's our decision when to cover them at any time, just not too much after 4 o'clock. So we're not talking about swing trades or anything like that. And if you do want to ask us a question about said trades, just tag us and insert, maybe your time frame, and it'll be able to help you guys out with a little bit of that one. The Rocket Lab was on our radar today earlier as well, and it just hasn't done much other than hit off the day's high there. But a stock that's up 10%, I don't want to fade it. I want to get long. So we're waiting for VWAP, and the only name that I saw that came into that was Boeing, I was going to say, because I'm about to type in Boeing, but it was Tesla. And Boeing was another idea that went through VWAP there and bounced right back up through it again. So yeah, just another name. I really liked Boeing. I'm really surprised. Like, I thought when I bought this thing at 200 that it was not the greatest decision, but it seems like it's turning out to be okay. A decision that I made that hasn't been the greatest has been Uber. Still fine. Basically bought it a couple bucks higher than this, but it's nicely rebounding today. Up that 2.44%. Money printing machine complete. Dividends coming to tradertv.live. Oh, Dragonfire, that's why. I didn't think I would do it without you. Well, thank you so much, man. I mean, we've already seen a few of your super chats. So there it is right there, $50 come through on Dragonfire. You can show the screen here, Ramin, if you want, just to give this gentleman or individual some credit on there. So there it is, Dragon Ball, and there's, again, from you as well, the $5 to start with. Well, that's what you just gave now. So yeah, thank you so much for all of that. And we're just glad that you learned something from us and you can contribute back to the stream like that. So, thank you so much for all of that one. And there it is, man. Get involved in the chat by hitting the subscribe. If you don't hit the subscribe button, you cannot be part of our chat. So hit the subscribe and then start going on there. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Market is in holiday mode, says All Stare. Yeah, that is. Neil holding it all day. I don't know what that was about, but it's something about
I missed
holding something all day. Oracle's at the highs of the day right now, apparently.
Oh, Zach in the chat was asking me. He was basically asking me like thoughts on NVIDIA going into the close. Like NVIDIA, not really. Like, look at NVIDIA. Like, I tried NVIDIA when it was off VWAP in here. Like, look at the barcode on this thing. Like, I can't have a strong opinion on this. Like, the range, since we came back at 2 o'clock, it consolidated underneath VWAP for 20 cents, and now it's consolidated above VWAP for 20 cents. Like, it's a $183 stock, which for the last 30 minutes has been in a 20-penny range. 20-penny range. Like, that's insane. Like, if you're looking for that, like if SIDU moves 20 cents, that'd be great because it's a $2 stock. But like, that's NVIDIA. So again, I have no strong opinion. It's holding VWAPs. Like, if you're in it from like a great price, it's not giving you a reason to get out, but it's not giving you a reason to get into it either. I think that's probably the best way to think about it. So I wouldn't put a bet on something it's like that. It just doesn't make any sense. AMD, kind of similar, where almost nothing is happening right now. We'll get to some early looks a little bit later on, but Sidus, like I said, Sidus. Eventually, I'll get the name of this company right.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably won't, but
what is it, anyways?
It's Sidus Space, and for some reason, if I start saying that,
it might be Sidus.
I go to Sidious because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. So like, I can't not say that. So I'm just going to continue to get it wrong, and you guys will know what stock I'm talking about. Or I can just say SIDU.
It is a trap.
It's always a trap.
Oh, it's a tire
trap. It's not a trap. I'm looking for like mid-30s here, and then I have an offer at 244 on the stock if it continues to go. And FJET, I still have on watch for this trend line. Guess it doesn't want to break. Is it just rides higher and higher? 230% on that one.
What was the other one that was halting today? There was Oh, here I have my thing right here. FJET. Oh, Men's. Let's see what Men's is doing here.
No, HX was the other one.
What, HX. Okay, Tesla just hit us out. So, yeah, I don't know. That was it's not part of the plan. I'll slap yeah, exactly. We'll slap a fail on it, but that's the market. Like we had mentioned that was something that we were waiting to do. We weren't trading huge on it. It did come up there. It's a good thing we did make that decision. We got out of a quarter, so therefore held 75% of it. And wound up losing, 50 cents, whatever that was there on that amount. I'll have to see exactly the amount of, 67 cents, it looks like, 68 cents. Or so on that one. So boo, how much we lost there on Tesla as it's fading back downside right there. I'm still willing to take the futures. Let's see if there's enough juice for it to actually do this move and break down there. I'm giving money back by doing this. So I don't know, sometimes sitting around here and trading just for the sake of trading can hurt you. And not that I'm doing that, but try to put on some positions there. I actually didn't mind the Tesla trade. I don't. I think now we can just sit on our hands and see. I mean, if the market gets down here for Tesla, then I'll obviously lose on the futures trade as well. So this is all just sort of combining and piling on top of each other. But that would be one play. And I'm not going to, like, Tesla's not at any other levels. If anything, it's a short, so no. And the other name that we looked at that could be a buy if it gets into these levels again, just so we can test the bottom. The reason why I'm looking at aggressive names like Palantir is that I'm looking for it to make moves. We only have 30 minutes now until the imbalances, 40 minutes until the imbalances, until 350. So it's like if it comes down in, at least I can say, okay, if Palantir comes into this 192.50 area, then maybe I can hold that out and then use that bottom of 192 flat or so as my out. And then if the market does pick up, we have 50 cents worth of a move back to the upside. But I can also see like someone just saying, you know what, if I think it's a short, just go short. So nothing wrong with doing that either. But look at Tesla. Look at the market. The market's bouncing and Tesla just took another leg lower. So this is why, you know, Neil and I talk about this all the time, and I don't even like to address people that say they don't trade with stops, because that's not, it's like driving without a seatbelt. It's like, I would just say right into here, you have to get out when your levels break. And I was just like, if that breaks, fine, because now you're just sitting in a trade and you're like, oh, well, you know, that $100 loss is now 150 or 300 or whatever it is. And it's just like, okay, now where do I get out? And then all of a sudden you're down like 400 or 500 and you're thinking, all right, well, let's see if this happens. And then all of a sudden real volume comes in and then it kicks it down another notch. Well, I'd rather be out right there and then think about the trade down here if it ever gets there, than, you know, be ho-humming this decision. So we get out, we put our stops in, and now we just wait to see if there's sort of a reaction to that. The only, yeah, go. I was going to say, before we do, I know you have an example. I just want to see RIVN to see if it was moving the same way. It's not really doing anything.
RIVN has another, we'll go to RIVN in a second. That's another weird chart today, which I think matters. Sorry, I was just looking at some stocks people were pointing up. This is not what I was going to talk about. It was that whole stop order thing. If you've heard the story of rogue trader Nick Leeson, the one thing about the story that people don't realize is the multiple times during the mess in which he bankrupted the oldest bank. He single-handedly bankrupted the oldest bank in England with his trading and doubling down and all that kind of stuff, and then waiting till it just got out of hand. Multiple times, he actually caught the bottom on his bet. The problem was he wasn't smart enough to just be like, oh, I got the bottom. Let me just get in and out, accept the losses, and then try again when it goes to a big key level. Instead, he wouldn't allow it to work. Before we go over to Sia, the reason I had Lockheed Martin up was because I saw a few people mentioning this, and then I just realized Lockheed is, hey, it's starting to look okay again. It's taken a minute to sort of regain this 480 level. You can always tell some prices where there's like dumping going on. Like look at all that 480 rejection, and then it tried to hold support here before, but then it fell off 480. Very key price here, so it's potentially breaking this one out on Lockheed. I might prefer a VAV better, and as I said, I'm picking up some of this stock at the close today. Yeah, I like this drone play. Bouncing off the 200 period, there's your recovery day, bit of a trend break. I'm talking in the personal account, I'm not going to trade this thing. It's only done 1 million shares in volume. The only annoying thing about SIDU, I'm not even bothering with the real name, as I said, the volume problem. So I haven't reloaded this. I'm not going to reload it. Either that bottoming tail candle pushes this into the high of the day, or it doesn't. So I just think being patient with it. If it's not going to move, I'm not going to force the action at all. I believe we are supposed to be back. You see it.
Thank you. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing in finance today. It's definitely following the Christmas spirit. Energy is also doing really well, followed by retail struggling a little bit. Let's take a quick look at some individual movers. Citigroup is doing notably well after the OCC removed the July 2024 amendment today. The amendment was removed because it was no longer needed for the bank's safety, soundness, or compliance with laws and regulations. Tesla is up 2.4%. Waymo has brought robo-taxis back after the blackout in San Francisco as of yesterday. Elon Musk, as a reaction to this, took to X, saying Tesla robo-taxis were unaffected by the San Francisco power. Energy companies, since the pre-market today, have been tracking a rise in crude oil prices after the United States has ramped up action against all Venezuelan oil tankers. CVX and XOM are each up around over 1.1%. BRN and 1 and CLI have risen 2.17 and 2.2% respectively. And that's all for your sector. Back to Neil.
Thank you as always, Sia. And in the time that Sia gave you all of that information, FJET just went another 10% higher. 10% doesn't seem like much when you're up 275%. You know what? It's one of these today. If you were in this early, there's probably somebody out there probably bought the dip on day one, or maybe you bought the dip on Friday. Who knows? And you're just like, whatever. If it makes an all-time low, which was $6, then you'll just get out. What an absolute crazy and insane runner this stock is. But you know what? I ain't got it. I hope somebody's got it to the long side. I'm sitting here looking for some kind of a trend break, and it's not even that clean off the trend line. That's the problem with trying to buy the dip off the trend, is you're giving it probably $1.50 before you know you've lost that trend line. Makes it a little bit tricky. It's easy to see it close and then hold under the trend line because it hasn't done it once, but it's a lot different just buying out in front of it, because then stop placement is tricky on the long, in my opinion. So I'm staying away from that one, but it is still going. Tesla's, okay, Tesla's actually starting to accelerate to the downside. Like, it's one thing to lose VWAP, but the volume's picking up, and this is absolutely dumping. Dumping's the wrong word, but it's still falling. IBIT is still falling. Bitcoin is now at 88,000. 88,000 is on the bid right now for Bitcoin. Let me just quickly go over to IBIT here. So this could lose 88,000 on a break. I might just take the break on IBIT. It's been like gently trending down the entire way. 88,000 just went. Oh, we did break the low. No, we haven't broken the low of the day yet on IBIT.
I mean, what's going on with, did you see Tesla?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Tesla.
Yeah, I know. We'll see if we
get... like volume's increasing, but that's why you stop. See, like...
I mean, how smart would have I been if I was just like, I'm going to go short, you know? I bring the VWAP, I'm going to go short right here. But yeah, this is definitely extending its move a lot lower. I wonder if there is individual news right now about Tesla. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Yes, Adara?
Not seeing any news, but tons of social media attention, like multiple posts on X, tagged per minute, per second. It's a lot, but there is no news that I'm seeing as of right now.
I was going to ask, is Tesla going to rebound into the close? This thing says, as I see it, yes. So the magic 8 ball predicting a Tesla
I'm just surprised
recovery.
Hasn't that not been working recently?
Yeah, I was able to see that right there. Yeah, see, I saw it again. Now it says most likely if I had asked it a question.
We literally haven't been able to get that thing to work in forever. That's
all right. First question I see on there, I'll ask the 8 ball, okay? First reasonable question on the chat. We'll ask
I love how you changed that. You instantly changed from...
Well, last time I said, ask me anything, and people were like, body count, this and that. I was like, what the hell? I haven't murdered anybody in a long time.
Oh, goodness.
What does it say about the Qs? Okay, here we go. What will the Nasdaq... Will the Nasdaq be over under 0.5 into the close or at the close? Okay, now I've shaken it too much. I need to get the bubbles.
No, it's not going to work again. See,
okay, yeah, take that off here, man. I'm trying to be better look. Too many bubbles now. I think you're right. We've reverted to not working anymore. Sorry, guys. There goes that question. There goes that Q&A. We were actually debating doing a Q&A every month, like as a special for members only.
Yeah, we're looking into something like that. And we will not use the magic 8 ball for something. Like, we'll actually, obviously, seriously answer questions. But there was a question in the chat from Luis. Or Lewis?
It says, cannot predict now? Okay, well.
What's the point?
So I asked about the Qs. It looks like you cannot predict it.
Lewis asked the question, what does Adara look at that she is laser focused? So Adara has a lot, but I think we can allow her to answer.
Yeah, I mean, so people know I do some trading up here as well. Right now, the thing I was currently doing is, it's not done yet, but I'll give you guys a quick 3-second preview. I'm working on a whole bunch of year-end infographics. I thought it'd be fun to go back to the drawing board and some of my weird Trump infographics from earlier this year. His Truth Social post. Here is one on him talking about health insurance companies, and that is the exact amount of snippet you guys get, because it will be posted later this week. I just had one I pre-scheduled and just posted now about Lyft, L-Y-F-T. So if you guys want to take a look at this as well, XTTV Research. This one just went live, a whole bunch more to come. That's what I'm focusing on over here. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to answer that question.
There you go. I mean, that other snippet was way too fast for me, but because we have to, you guys are sitting there watching. When that comes on screen, I have to look from my screen to our program monitor, and then by the time we see it, it's already gone. Well, now I can see it. There you go. Leave it up there. You know what's crazy? If I had better eyes or binoculars,
I'll try to cheat.
Because they have a big production screen over there with everything that's on everybody's. If I have something on my main monitor, or Adara does, I can actually look at her monitor up there. Or, oh, Fabian just changed it. Yeah, you would do that, wouldn't you? See, you guys, yeah, it's way in the back behind that crazy light. You can see Joe.
There's Fabian. He's waving his hand.
Fabian's waving his arms.
There's
But you
Joe.
can't make out how many screens he has going on. You think we have a lot of screens? They got twice as many.
Hey, he puts the lights on. Let there be light.
That's a lot of light.
See, this way, if I keep blowing on this, and you guys have no idea that this is vodka. You're going to think it's coffee or something, right? You know what I'm saying?
It shouldn't be vodka.
This tea is very, very hot.
Yeah, but it should be like eggnog with rum in it.
It's there.
That's the holiday drink.
Whiskey.
Baileys.
Whiskey.
Hold on a second.
Oh, I gotta grab some. I gotta grab some
Can
eggnog.
we revoke Joe's Jamaican? So
I gotta get some.
Joe's Jamaican, and you put Baileys in your eggnog instead of rum? Oh, he doesn't have a mic.
Is his mic turned on?
His mic-
Okay, well then stop holding it to your mouth, my guy. I go, is your mic turned on? He goes, no.
My assumption is if you're holding a mic, then the mic is working.
Hello, guys. Is this mic working? Oh, no? Okay, it's all good. All right, well.
Turn my headphones up.
Brother, it was my earbud. First of all, we gotta concentrate. We just
Yeah, well, don't put your earbud near your mouth.
When we're crushing Palantir over here, I gotta concentrate. Earbud in this one, mic off. You know what I mean?
Right,
I thought you
I
guys were
got you.
talking about coffee. You put Bailey's in the coffee. But we
Right,
put some rum in the
right.
eggnog. 100%, Neil. Come on.
Yeah,
Okay,
course,
okay, I just
man.
wanted to make sure.
Obviously.
Because I know what.
As long as
gotta
we
get
can
some
clear, as long as we can
bourbon.
clear the air here, then we're
Get that
good.
Ray nephew in you.
Ooh.
Stop showing Sharif's desk, man. That's just doing this man dirty over
That's
there.
straight
yeah.
up.
Come on, man.
That's how.
Go back to the four shot. I want to say something to Sharif.
All right, yeah, go back to the fourth.
Right,
We'll talk to Sharif a
All right,
little bit.
Sharif, how you doing over there, man? How's everything
I'm
going
at the
well?
gym, brother, hitting
He's at the-
legs.
Okay, good,
Got
yeah.
the heated Obis form.
You know you're an old man. This guy's got the Obis form going on
the
there.
only person that has that. Straight
No,
up.
no, it doesn't even really work, I think, anymore, because he dropped the converter 100 times, and I said, dude, come on, like, you gotta tape it.
So why would you
Yeah.
even have it up if it doesn't work?
Hey, man. Yeah,
That
I
doesn't
don't
make
know.
as you know, Bernie Mac would say it a certain way, but I'm not going to because I don't want to get as demonetized.
Bernie-
but you know what?
ooh.
Rest in peace, Bernie Mac. You know what he would say.
Rest in peace, Bernie
Don't
Mac,
make
baby.
no, you know.
Bernie Mac is the
Legend.
best. Is the best.
I always, to me, it's not even.
I used to watch
close.
that show. I gotta get the kids
the
on
Kings
that
of
show.
Comedy. It's not close. Bernie Mac was the best out of that group.
Yeah, Steve Harvey was in there. I think
Cedric
Cedric Entertainer. That's the guy I was thinking about.
But
Steve
no, I
Harvey.
take like all day, every day, and then DL Hewley. But I take Bernie. Like, not even close. Not even close.
Yeah, Bernie. I mean, he had his own show for a minute there. Yeah, what did he? I think did he die of complications, heart complications or something? I don't think it was drugs or anything.
No, I don't think it was nothing.
He was awesome.
He was
yeah,
a pretty.
for sure. So.
Yeah, he was legit.
All right. Yeah, just to look here, like, I don't know, we haven't really come up with any news here on Tesla. The futures aren't doing anything.
Just-
We had, now,
Oh, that
now I've
was
got a
just
story
for-
now.
I
We
thought
had,
it was just for the sake of it.
so Saturday night, we were playing at Ford, and I'm the DJ, of course, and it was 80s night. And oh boy, the mothers, everybody was loving 80s night.
Of course.
So we got a couple more requests now for. And I played the money. I played a lot of good songs, man, on 80s night, and it was well received, right there.
thought that you would suggest the Savage album, and I'm like, all right, Katina, man. So I was bumping that at the gym the other day.
21 Savage?
Yeah, of course, man. 21.
Nice, man. Good. Yeah. Did you hear the Mr. Recoup, my guy?
Attaboy,
Yeah.
Mike.
I'm here for stock recommendations, not so good, but music, I got you, my guy. Right there. Mini-Me, Joe. Good. Now, turning even to more. Right there. So we'll listen to some 21. I was actually listening to it on my walk. So yeah, there's a couple of good songs on there as well. He's dating Lotto, if you didn't know. All right, off for a lottery. No, I know.
Another one from Dragonfire. Dragonfire is not playing around. But we'll shout you out in just a quick little second because we got to move from here to somewhere else.
Thank you, guys. So the DXY is currently around 98.25, down approximately 0.4% on the day and roughly 9% lower over the past 12 months, reflecting a certain weakness in the dollar. Record metals and risk tone is also seen. Gold has surged to new heights, new record heights, trading at $50 higher, making it hit record highs of around $4,400, with silver at $70 per ounce, platinum as well above $2,000, and not far from the record high it made back in 2008. And finally, palladium is also making sharp gains. Do we expect to see a Santa Claus rally in the metals instead of stocks? Who knows? Let's see. Yen, euro, and other commodity FX. Also, the yen remains under pressure after Bank of Japan's recent hike rate was judged too cautious, though Japanese officials have signaled possible FX intervention and creating a two-way risk in USD JPY around 157. Euro is firmer after the ECB signal that it is done easing for now, while Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, and GBP, the pound, are supported by a softer USD firm commodities, including oil, and relatively better domestic data. And that's all for your Money Talks. Back to the guys.
You like that one. Thank you, Sia, for that.
Notice how, okay, Sia's been doing a fantastic job, but I'm just going to throw out there that already has theme music for her segments. So,
Yeah.
you know, that shows what everyone thinks of Sia, more deserving of theme music. Now, which is true. That's fair. We don't need theme music at all. You know, why would I want the Soul Glow music, which I've been asking for every single day for a while? We ain't bitter about that at all.
No, it doesn't seem like you are at
No,
all.
I kid.
Seems like you've got that figured out.
No, but I actually do love that. When you really think about it, like we have Money Talks, we've got the small cap recap. Like adding music to all of them would make it just.
I want to see, because obviously,
it's perfect.
Sia being part of the younger generation. I want to ask Sia right here, if there was one, maybe make sure Mike is on, of course. What stock are you looking to maybe add to your portfolio these days? I mean, old men like me and Neil have our opinion. What stock are you looking at over there?
Honestly, not like particularly stock, but Vanguard is something I recently added, the one with the high dividend. I'm really glad I bought that. It's doing, like, talking to you guys, even Abercrombie was a very good purchase.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. So making some plays in the retail sector and then buying a dividend ETF. So Vanguard, of course, the company that would manage that ETF. So good on you there. I think that's a smart move. You know, get that income, bring in with that. So there she is, man. Yeah,
gives you a base for some of your other plays.
Well, then you're not worried too much about all these AI plays. I mean, the only AI play that I think gives you a dividend is IBM. You know,
a quality one, yeah.
Oh, well, then you have like little ones, Google and all that. Like, you know, you get under the 1% there for Apple and things like that. But yeah, good one there. And then you're not all caught
when you're
up.
Young, you can take some risk.
Yeah. I'll talk. I mean, she doesn't want to be too much in Vanguard, but yeah, we'll talk about that anyways.
Maybe Broadcom.
What? Get invested into Broadcom?
No, I'm seeing like says Broadcom, bro. RIVN Millionaire saying VYM and VIG are good. Like those are fine. Micron all the way. Some people are saying Dragon Fireball is saying Netflix.
Is that for Sia? Dragon Ball Firefly over there?
I feel like everyone's just typing in symbols for Sia right now.
Yeah, exactly.
He just typed in Netflix with the super chat.
I'm down for Netflix. I definitely would stamp that. Sia, Netflix, I think is a good idea there.
It's just like, what are the
Unity.
Well, I don't know about Unity. Whoa, who said Unity?
I don't know. Rainmaker. Rainmaker wants to make it rain on people that own
not a
Unity.
big like, trust me, like anytime Unity moves, I'll do the old, Unity like that. But like, don't get that.
And the thing is, like, if you're going to invest 10 grand, I think it's a smart move. You get something in some sort of an index, and then, maybe half of it into, especially if you're starting, half of it into the S&P 500 or something, and then the other half sprinkle it around. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't trust Bitcoin, but I know there's a lot of Ute these days that like Bitcoin, so that could be.
The Ute them love Bitcoin? Oh.
Yeah, sure you did. You're laughing at me. It's all good, Sia. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
She's laughing with
Yeah, she's laughing with me. Yeah, good one. I like that.
If that makes you, it does make us feel better, Sia.
Oh, man. I have a kid Sia's age, by the way, so just let everybody know. Okay, so here we come, maybe even younger. All right, so Tesla now coming into play, near its day's low one more time. So, sans any kind of news story or anything like that, probably better to stay away, but can't blame the fact that we don't have really a story here. There might be buyers at day's low, and that's just trying to hold out on that low. The sellers have already won, man. The minute that thing cracked through VWAP, it was game over. That's exactly the play I'm looking for. I just wanted to play the strength. So I'm actually going to say, for myself, I think it was a decent look. I mean, we tried it off of there. We were looking at the right stock. It gave us the right move. Obviously, I'd rather have short is the right play, but at least it was moving around there, and we were buying it off of VWAP. The minute that broke that little ledge there, we got out, and not even blinking at the hit that we took, because we were able to get out of 25% there. So it was almost that long. We took 61-cent hit. Our best out there was about, that was about 90 cents, but it was an averaged in price. So I'd say we probably lost, if we just had our full position, it was probably 1 unit on 40 cents or something like that. It probably wasn't the end of the world there. So we're not stressed out about that decision. Would have liked it to have been a long move higher, but obviously the short is now printing for us. And I don't think, I'm looking up here, maybe I just got a note, maybe a Texas Instruments, but I think that's a VWAP note, so I don't think it's really doing too much. No, so coming in there, that's not moving. Micron could have had, it's 330 right now, so we can even have a look at the early imbalances maybe, but Micron up to 276. So I only traded this one time there today, and it was right there, and it went whoops, and that was about 1 minute of little to no pain because it was in and out very, very fast right there. So not much happening there, but that was an L. It's good. We're not putting in a lot of risk, man. We did put in a little bit more risk into Tesla in the morning, which is why it's my lowest stock on the day there. But yeah, Micron gets right back to that 277. I had written down 277 today as a spot because it was the pre-market high. We took that out in the first, basically in the first minute. We went to the day's high of 278. That's why I don't take breakouts in that very first minute unless there really is either a huge level, if this was at 250 or 300 or Tesla took 500, I would have been involved in that. But, in the first couple minutes, it's been a fade. So that's what happened there. I thought we were catching a bottom at the 200 period. It was not that at all. And it kept on going down until eventually found some sort of levels. And it looked like the levels were found at yesterday's closing price. So in and around 268. So yeah, we're just gonna sit there. Now it looks like Tesla's trying to go. I'm just gonna wait for this, man. If the TQs goes, then good on me. If not, then we'll stop out down here. So that's what we're waiting for. Just seeing what happens here into the close. GE Vernova, I thought had a great bounce back over the last couple weeks. So this would be a name that I think if you're looking to get something data center AI build, we know that Oracle's on the come up again, back to the upside. So is GE Vernova, and still down 10% from its highs, but battling back is much better than being down 20% or whatever. Actually, no, it wasn't, because the highs right there were only 650 or so. We went down to 550. Yeah, I guess that's a big enough drop. But that drop off of its recent high as well, still working itself out. So yeah, watch out for some GE Vernova. I think that's a name you can pick up on the low, and then Caterpillar. And then I'm going to throw it back over to Neil. Yeah, this would be another one that I'm not in. I know you're in. I think Sharif too. But I like Caterpillar, and again, good opportunity to pick something up, if you wanted some of this down at the 50 period moving average. It's really loved it ever since May, I guess, when we had the tariff tantrum and we broke back above. Really respected the 50 period. So a new name, Caterpillar, enters the building right there for a potential buy and hold for a little longer than a couple days.
Yeah, and we got another super chat. But you know what? I'm going to observe a rule. I'm not going to allow this to get to my stop if it's already breaking a trend line. And that's going to be IBIT. It broke down. We lost 88K. So I just punched short when we broke down underneath 88,000. But as I see it start to break this trend line, it's like, no, we only have 25 minutes to go, 15 or 17 until we get the early look or the imbalances. I'm just going to jump out of this because the trend line break. If I was bullish, I'd probably go long that. So if I'm shorting this move here, I got to be able to get out. It's Dragon Fireball with another super chat. We just got to appreciate you every time you do. With nothing there, and this time, oh, he did send one with a message on it. There it is. Did it go up? Try it again. Oops. There it is. IBIT. It is breaking trend.
Dragon Fire.
88,000 is holding on Bitcoin, but there is one thing that concerns me about Bitcoin. Where's my daily chart on the BTC? It's hard to be super bullish on Bitcoin when this has been happening. I just wanted to show how long this trend line has been going for support. And then so when I zoom in and show you what's been going on with that prior support trend line, look at how cleanly it's been resistance. So no matter how much we keep bouncing off this 85 level, unless you break this prior trend line, like hold above 90K and break out this top, it's just been resistance on every single break. Well, I'm still kind of like net bearish overall on it, but at the end of the day, it is trying to go back up higher. SIDU or SIDU or whatever we're calling this thing recently. Looks like that's the extent of the move. The best it got to was about 235 or so it doesn't seem like it wants to get back up to 240 to test the high of the day. It bounced off VWAP. That's all it did. I'm not reloading this. I'm just going to get out underneath this 220. Doesn't look like it wants to go any further. FJET, however, if you're riding this crazy IPO, is now 280% to the upside. 2640 is the new high of the day on FJET. Unbelievable is the only way to think about this. Like, this stock has been absurd since its IPO. Oh my God. Absolutely ridiculous. And it just continues throughout. The entire space has been pretty good. I think, kind of like a double-edged. A, it's an IPO with the low float, and B, you throw in the fact that all of these space stocks have been flying today, like Rocket Lab, ASTS, have all been strong. Somehow Virgin Galactic is up, even though, like, why are we calling
the momentum hits the whole space. It's like, remember when Rigatoni and all those names were starting to go? It was just like, you couldn't go wrong with any of those quantum names. Like, a story would come out about
I like Rigatoni.
Rigetti. Yeah, Rigatoni's one of my favorites. Something would come out. I've said it before, Penne, but there's some funny ones in there that are pretty good too. Tagliatelle is good. Yeah, well, ravioli has something inside of it, right?
Okay,
so it depends on
what's. Does it not count then?
Yeah, it can, but I mean, you would say like butternut squash ravioli or something like that. But yeah, no, you're allowed to do whatever you want. But yeah, I like that. Well, you have a favorite pasta or?
The most common, I can't not say penne. It's my daughter's favorite. It's my favorite. It's the most common one that we'll have. But
just goated.
It was a ravioli. Oh my goodness! Yeah. It was a simple ravioli, and it was just a beef ravioli in Rome. It was next to the Colacando.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I forget the name of the
restaurant. Yeah. Well, I was telling you to eat there.
The one that's right there.
I know that. Yeah, I ate there.
And it was
might even have pictures of
it. It was so good. I can't even. I just want to have it again and again and again. And then I also had their meatballs, which were ridiculous as well.
I mean, true authentic meatballs. I mean, our caterer, are they trying? It's like when I see authentic, whenever I see authentic,
oh goodness,
the wife and I were discussing this, okay? So like, you go into an Italian shop and maybe you see like a Jamaican guy making the pasta and it's like, okay, and it says authentic. So this is the thing. I'm wondering if authentic is just the brand. No, like are you getting it's a recipe? Like what does it matter who's making it at the end of the day? It's like, as long as the recipe is coming from Italy, like what does authentic, like I don't know, when it comes to cuisine, what can you get away with?
Cuisine, I don't know.
Like when someone's saying authentic shawarma.
Those Cubans roll them properly because the Dominicans, the Dominicans roll it too tight.
Okay, but can you get an authentic Cuban cigar rolled by a Dominican then?
Apparently not. Have you ever seen when the Dominicans roll them? They just, no, it doesn't.
This is what I'm trying to get at. I don't know.
Authentic must mean it must mean the ingredients, right? I would guess it's the ingredients.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. It could be a Portuguese guy making Italian food. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what does authentic mean? You know, because, you know, you get authentic Chinese food. I don't know. Like, you get we can go on and on. I mean, there's numerous examples of this.
For authentic jerk chicken, it should be, first of all,
like, if I'm cooking up jerk chicken and I'm like, this is authentic, like, are you looking at me like, what?
do you have an oil drum that you cooked it in?
Right, so maybe
cook it in an oil drum on the side of the street.
Right.
If I wasn't like riding along and I'm like, oh, word, and then we stop on the side of the road and block traffic because we don't care down there, and then you get out and it's from an oil drum. That's the good. Joe knows.
So there's basically no authentic jerk chicken then around here.
No, you can get it.
But I need to see the guy at the side of the road.
Okay, not on the side of the road.
Eglinton West. I live near Eglinton West. Yes.
So straight up, my cousin, like he's kind of like, I'd say my uncle, but like he's not an uncle. He's just a generation. He's a cousin, a generation older, right? Like he's my mom's cousin. He used to do a Caravana party. He doesn't do it anymore. He's older now, but he used to do a Caravana party at his business like every year. And like, forget about going downtown. That was the line. And they'd have the jerk chicken in the drum. I don't even know if you're allowed to do that, but he would just, out in the back of his, because
do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want, but it is what it is. And that was that good.
No, there's a guy right outside our house. He has he's at a convenience store like just down the street, and he has the whole barbecue, blaring the music, and it's just outside, and it's $8 or something. You get like a quarter chicken. He does it right on the barbecue, right in front of you, man. Coleslaw, everything is right there. Yeah. So I'm thinking that is authentic. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Strobe saying only oxtail. That'll work too.
Oh my God, he has oxtail too there too.
That'll work too.
It's so good. All right, so yeah, oxtail. Jamaican, like the patties, if you ever get that too. Oh my God, so much good food. Right there. Oh, Imbalances.
Like they're the only ones that have patties.
I just saw someone ask about Imbalances.
Oh, there's different styles. Like Antigua does have a different style of patty. Like there's like an Antiguan beef patty.
Right.
Is like they're like mini, thicker, more beef in it.
I figure it's very regional. Even, I'm sure even in Jamaica.
Yeah, there's like little differences. There's not much on the locator here. I know you.
No, I was going to say, I mean, Target, I haven't looked at that today. Is that 100? Oops, that's NLY. Target was near $100, so that faded off. Target, was there news on that?
Headline on Friday is supposed to be 9 million shares.
Oh, okay.
Headline is already being added to like one of the indexes on Friday. Like it just came to market at Medline. We just had this, I can't think of a time that there was an IPO and the week after the IPO, it's getting added, not to the S&P 500, but it's the S&P total market. What is it?
Okay, we're going super chat crazy over here.
What is happening?
Okay, so Dragonfire, I'm just going to go quickly. Dragonfire, $10. Dragonfire, $10. Dragonfire, $10. Dragonfire, $20. Thank you so much. Dragonfire, $10. Come at least show this. I don't know how else to do this here. I'm trying to give this guy. Thanks for being you. You're welcome. Dragonfire, more $10 over there. This is another one here. Oh, this has a comment here. Money printing machine. Okay, so we already did that. So thank you so much. Just lining it up right there. Thank you so much to Dragon Ball one more time there. But yeah, I don't know. Were you looking at Amazon there, or what were you looking at?
No, I mean I was just looking at Medline.
Oh, Medline. Yeah,
just because it's a unique thing to see this kind of a situation. Like it's traded for 4 days, and it's the S&P total. Where the heck is it? I just had it up, and now I'm trying to find it again. S&P completion is what it says. I don't even know what that's about.
Okay.
But either way, S&P total market, it's going to be going in, and it could be a gigantic buy. And you know what's weird? Remember we said this might not be good after day one? Not true at all. It was a pretty solid, decent long. I'll call it a decent long today, but it was a great long on Friday. It was a decent long on Thursday. Successful IPOs abound. But really, obviously, FJET's going to be taking the cake. With 7 minutes to the imbalances, I don't see anything that's crazy or any trades that are really setting up right now. As you guys know, the market's not moving that much. But FJET, it continues to go. No signs of slowing down this FJET. So just, again, it's a complete rocket ship. I thought it was going to break down at some point. I'm glad we didn't try shorting it. Adara?
Just a quick headline here on NVIDIA, guys. NVDA, the information reporting that the company is restructuring its cloud team. And now I believe we are heading over to Sia.
Thank you so much, Adara. We're going to quickly go through the crypto segment for today. BTC was not doing the worst this morning, but it's currently down 0.6%, even after JPM announced that it's considering crypto trading services for institutional clients. A thing to note is that JPM CEO Jamie Dimon has been a long-standing critique of BTC, but this move could potentially represent a major evolution for the company. BTC is continuing, however, to struggle and overcome certain resistance at $93,000. And yeah, it's down 0.5% at the moment. And next, we're going to take a look at ETH. One of the 5 largest treasury firms has sold a large portion of its ETH holdings today. ETH Zilla has sold Ether to repay its debt. According to the company, selling such liquid assets is a good way to close certain obligations. And ETHZ shares lost 5.8% after the announcement today, while ETH is currently down 1%. And overall, honestly, I'm actually very interested in seeing whether Santa Claus rallies the jolly market or if Grinch is going to steal the gains in these final days of the stock market this year. Back to the guys.
The chat is going way too fast, so I can't find the question that I wanted to answer, but it was, will we be streaming over the holidays? So the answer is very simple. If the US stock markets are open, Trader TV Live is streaming from 8 o'clock till 4 o'clock. Or, well, whenever they close. Because if it's a half day, the market closes at 1 o'clock on Christmas Eve, so we'll be going to 1 o'clock. So the only day that's an actual holiday, there's a half day on the 24th, the 25th is a holiday, and then every other Boxing Day, which is the 26th, Trader TV Live is streaming, and then the entirety of the next week, with the exception of New Year's Day, which of course is a holiday. New Year's Eve is not a market holiday. It's not even a half day. It's never made any sense. I don't get why it's not a half day. I'm sure lots of people would love it to be. Trust me, when we're here, you'll see after 1 o'clock in the afternoon on New Year's Eve, usually like we're kind of in this mode, but even like a level higher. Because all you're doing
we have to do some eggnog action on.
We should be doing eggnog, or we're doing eggnog on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday's the half day.
Wednesday's the half day.
Okay.
I mean,
we'll bring in some proper mix.
Well, you bring. We can handle that. That's for sure. Where we get the eggnog from?
Well, man, I'm gonna go get it from Shoppers Drug Mart right across the street.
Or just anywhere.
I got it last time. Last time we didn't have any eggnog. I just went right across the street, grabbed that, man. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're not gonna suffer through. No eggnog up in here.
Stuff we put in it. I think that's gone. We had the Kraken, but.
That's okay. We'll find some rum around here, if you know what I mean.
We get some new stuff.
Because we shouldn't have any problem finding some rum. We got an LCBO over there.
Well, it got cleared out when there was like a poker night the last time.
It's just hilarious now because at the 7-Eleven now one thing of beer, like a tall boy, is $2. You go in there, a coffee is $2. So to me, that's a little weird. I don't know. I feel like.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up.
It's kind of like.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
Like for value, I want to drink the beer, but then for like, I actually only want a coffee. So I don't know. I'm always torn between that. But anyways,
that
only came up to my mind because I was thinking we'd go to 7-Eleven and grab some rum, but they don't sell alcohol. They don't sell spirits.
Derek clearly has some thoughts.
I was just gonna say, so to set the record straight with regards to the rum and eggnog thing, the last time we did it was December 20, actually it was 23rd because it was that kind of weird, it's 22nd because it was a weird day where we had like the Christmas on the Monday, not the point.
Right.
The point is, last time we did it was 2023, we did the Kraken and the eggnog. Last year we did not do any rum and eggnog because we were doing the Family Feud thing or the Jeopardy thing over on the green screen at the time. So we did no rum and eggnog last year, we did it in 2023, just to set the record straight on that.
I mean, the last time we had anything to drink around here, like only Neil and I had it, like nobody else.
Very disappointing.
Oh, back then maybe.
Oh, Daru usually will. No, everyone else was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
like, no, man, we're trying to have some fun. We get all these like super chats and whatnot. It's like we should enjoy ourselves, enjoy it for you guys. And plus, too, like it's the holidays, you know.
I totally get
eggnog edibles.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Now we're pushing it here, Sean. But I totally get the conundrum that you're in between the coffee and the beer. It's like, really, what do we grab here at the end of the day? You know what I mean?
Am I driving? Am I not? Yeah, I know.
Exactly. So
yeah.
What do we do? Man, I've been there, done that.
Yeah. Same ways. Yeah, no, it's just funny. They have a big, huge sign. It's like right beside the $2 beer sign is like a $2 coffee sign. So it's just, I just know, like we're going through things here in Ontario because we finally are allowed to purchase alcohol at convenience stores, which you never were allowed to before. So, yeah, but anyways, I was just saying, we also do have a liquor store right next to us. So like any sort of going to get booze is pretty.
It's not literally right next to us, but it's pretty darn close.
Yeah, it's a 5-minute walk. I guess that's not necessarily right next to us.
No, it's
there is definitely something there. Neil Sean, what's up, Lewis? There, we appreciate all of those messages right there. All right, so we have now 1 minute before all this gets down. It doesn't look like Tesla's doing anything at all right now. Make TTV drunk again, yes. All right, so there it goes, 487. Doesn't look like it wants to do anything. With only 1 minute left, I did take Robinhood. So another name that I traded today is Robinhood, which is not at the HOD. It's just Hood, and it's just doing this. So, you know, all afternoon, I'm sorry, I'm glad we're having a good time here and everything's all good. This was Robinhood earlier. We took it, got out real quick, then hit it to the upside, so we were up on Robinhood at one point, and then all of a sudden it came back in. We tested it against, at that time, its day's low, which is at 10:15. Like, when the market's at lows at 10:15, and then it dips back in around 10:30 or so, like, I'm taking that against that just to see if it holds, it doesn't, and we get out. So it's just today, some of our bids and offers just didn't hold. And I'm completely fine with all of that. I just created a red day, so I'm gonna be red today. And it's not even like TQQ's pending, like we're not even doing anything here. I still do have that offer to see if it comes in and maybe we get a fill quickly on these imbalances, but we're just playing with fire doing that. So let's see if it gets back up to the upside. We just took a piece out right there just before these imbalances. So we got a piece out basically for flattish. They're at 30, and here we go. They're out now. Actually, don't even have the imbalances up. So.
Yeah, we have not much. Kenvue still 3 million to the sell side. Yeah, you've got IQ is 2 million to the sell side. TLT 1.5 is a buy. Rigetti is in here, 1.1 million on Rigetti. Apple 1.1 million to the buy side as well. Rivian 960,000. That's also a buy. Intel is going to be 900,000. Amazon 700,000 to buy. Nothing crazy. Nothing really stands out. Kenvue's there all the time. I don't really know what's this IQ. It's only a $2 stock, but that's yeah, it didn't even move. Okay, so that IQ was a couple million. It didn't even move 1 cent, did that IQ. So pretty much nothing on the imbalances. Overall, it is a buy. Most of what I listed was buy, so the market is 1.2 billion total to buy. Nasdaq, 632 million. The Mag 7, 477 million. Yeah, like I said, we're just not moving much. I mean, SIDU, 10-cent range. I'm just going to stick an offer at the top of the range here. It doesn't look like it wants to go at all. But that's sort of the thing. Like, in a holiday shortened week, like, look at one of the most volatile stocks over the last 2 sessions. Easily CoreWeave, right? Like, crazy run around Friday. Looked like it was breaking out. Look at what happened. Like, it pulls back. Doesn't even fall through. Like, this has been sitting effectively in a 30 to 40 cent range on an $80 stock the entire time we've been sitting here. So that's just what we're dealing with right now, and you don't want to be overtrading. Like, you can look for something that's moving. Like, that's why I went to like SIDU or whatever we're calling it, or if you're in like an FJET this afternoon, $29. You've got to be kidding me. It doesn't make any sense, but I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't actually have to make sense. FJET 320% for this IPO. People just ringing the register all over this one from earlier. There's no chance I would have ever chased it up here. But yeah, congratulations on FJET. That looks absolutely fantastic. NCLH is looking bullish. I see Luis talking about that. You know what? Do not sleep on these names. I know I like CCL, but NCLH up another 5%. Look at this the last couple of sessions. I mean, this is a breakout. No questions asked. And Carnival, same thing. Like, the cruise lines are going, another 3 for them. So, you know, NCLH doing better. I think that's because Carnival is at this 52-week high spot. And that's why it was a little bit slower than NCLH. But it was a good one today off the open. It never really gave a good, solid dip buy to get back in. Maybe that's just how it is. Like, the ones that really go, they just don't ever let you back in. So
yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Like, it's so different because usually a stock doing this, like, there's going to be if it slows down, there's going to be a pullback, and you'll get something back, and it just never happens. So, you know, tomorrow maybe adjust it a little bit. Don't expect that VWAP continuation bounce because we're not getting it to. No, definitely not getting it everywhere.
I was going to say, it doesn't seem like we're getting too much here today. So, yeah, just be careful with your bids and offers, and just, you know, the TQ is coming back up here. It doesn't look like too much is going on. I see what you were saying then, Sam, wondering if The buy, sorry, I know what you're talking about. Is it over yet? I didn't think I thought maybe you meant Tesla, and that was the selling over in Tesla. I don't know. We're not really sure what that story is even really about, to be honest with you. So Tesla right now making this move down and bouncing off of some key levels. We can look tomorrow at 486, 487, but tomorrow's a completely different day, man. I mean, the Nasdaq today is just funny because it travels up and down and it does have its movements, but we just kind of we opened up pretty high today. You know, we had a nice little run in the pre-market, but look where we are. Like, we're just back to basically where we were, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Up 7 o'clock, I shouldn't say 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, right there. The problem is it says 6 down here because it's Chicago time. But right into there, the market made some moves, definitely touched a little bit down there at the bottom of 25.6, and the top was 25.8. So there was a 200-point range, but that's kind of nitpicking. We ended the day sort of right there in the middle of the range, and we'll just have to see if tomorrow can get us a little bit more action than what today brought. So I'm going to look forward to hopefully a little bit of a different day tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be better, worse, or what. Hopefully it's going to be better as we'll end the day red there today, but just no movement really to go with anything. We tried the TQs. Actually, this was a good one today for sure, but you know, that was the move here that we're just trying to get out of right now. It looks like we're doing an okay job. We just get a 28 there. It just goes up to 30. So we're going to wait to see here where there's any sort of an actionable trade here into the close. But there's only 5 minutes left, and the imbalances are now out, and there's not really much to talk about as far as these are concerned. And now Kenvue, BMY, maybe BAC, there, Rigetti. Well, I mean, $27 for Rigetti seems to be pretty good. That's up 12% today. Actually,
runner.
I don't know why we're talking about our favorite pasta, but we sort of forgot to look at them.
Yeah, well, the quantum names had a good day today, and they're looking like, hey, finally, we're catching that bid. So we're not going to see the 200 period maybe on Rigetti on the daily trade. We've come to the daily, only 4 minutes to go here, everybody. Doesn't look like we're going to get this test if this trend break holds. So Rigetti maybe favor the long tomorrow. I think they got ignored today. Yeah, there weren't. The crazy thing is there were some really good longs. Just checking out IonQ to see if it looks even better. IonQ might be more clean for a level break. Rigetti, I think, has more room to go, but certainly more upside just in terms of room to go technically. But IonQ's got like a clean 55 half that it could break it out tomorrow. Why? Because that's where it topped out today. And when you go back to the daily, that's that resistance. But I'm going to lean Rigetti tomorrow. Because I think you've got to pick something that's moving. So find some small cappers in there for sure. Maybe lean a little bit more on the things that are continuation plays. Because on a day where, Palantir at the open goes $5 up and then $7 down and then barely does anything for the rest of the session, you're really going to have to pick your spots. No questions asked.
All right, yeah, so I think we're getting something to look at for tomorrow for sure. We could just see where does NVIDIA wind up the day with only 3 minutes left and change right now. I'm just getting out of the TQs. Every time it bumps up, I'm getting out. So NVIDIA, unfortunately, the same kind of thing all day today, just blah, as we don't do too much here today, kind of a sideways trade right there. The name that I like is DraftKings. I think that could have a little bit of a buy into it into the new year as we wait for Kalshi and all these things to potentially become public at some point. But I like DraftKings, something to maybe trade tomorrow.
It's probably a heck of a lot easier to make a trade on something like FJET if you don't have to risk your own money. Why? Because that fear of losing or maybe not having enough capital to make it really count is a problem. And then you're sitting on the sidelines. Well, Trade the Pool is transforming how traders access the markets. The limited risk trading model allows you to use funded capital while Trade the Pool absorbs the downside. So you can focus on discipline, consistency, and growth. You hit the profit targets and you keep 70% of the profits. No fear of barriers, a real opportunity for you. The revolution is called limited risk trading and it's powered by Trade the Pool. Visit tradethepool.com or scan the QR code you see in front of you to get 10% off your first evaluation. And FJET, by the way, is halted.
Yeah,
so because it's 358, 370%, $31.50, this thing is absolutely ridiculous. It is, where's my Brennan goat?
Yay,
that
yay,
one.
Yay,
Brennan's on vacation. Let's hit the
yay,
Brennan goat,
yay.
even though that's a sheep. So this will open at 4 o'clock, regardless of the whole 5-minute thing, because it halted this late in the day. Remember, this stock doesn't have a lot of liquidity to begin with, so obviously there's not going to be a lot of liquidity after 4 o'clock. So expect to see wild moves, although it's already done that. What a crazy, ridiculous IBO or IPO that this has been. Like, I can't remember a stock that kind of went full circle to the downside the day after its IPO and then still did this after the fact. But usually this is followed by even worse. So 1 minute to go, and that will also be the reopen of FJET, which has been the crazy rocket ship today. I think if we see like some kind of low float runner in the morning, maybe that'll be the jam this week on the low volume, because low volume and low liquidity also means that the runners have less resistance potentially. Remember, that works both ways, by the way. So more volatility upside and downside. So when it's working, great. But when they're not, you really don't want to be fighting some small capper that's defecating all over itself.
You do not. I was just, I don't know, what is this? Open with...
What is that?
I don't know. Let's see if I get a preview of this. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is a hell of a long time ago when we had, I don't even know when this was. We're just me and Kevin O'Leary back during COVID here. Had hair, had beard, all that. So this is just, I don't know when that was. It was from Valeria. I just saw I had an old email in there. It says clips of Sean, and there's a whole bunch of them. So there it is right there. But anyways, that was just some old school. We've been around for a hell of a long time. Here we go with only 10 seconds left. FJET coming into play here. There we go, 10 seconds left. FJET halted. I think it's going to be wild there in the after hours, man, without any sort of markers to halt that thing. 3, 2, and 1. We do want to thank Ogen for once again sponsoring. Oh my God, I'm still in the TQQs. I'm also get out of that one right here as we just get out of it. Yeah, thanks to Oragenics there, symbol listed NYSE OGEN there, transforming concussion care with their intranasal technologies. We want to thank Ogen for all of that. Thanks Fabian and everybody today. Ramin, thanks Sia. Adara, Joe for staying late with us. Sharif's chair had a great spot there this afternoon.
Sharif's chair is
so thank you so much, Obis Forum, for keeping old man's
really
back
be, like,
okay.
Sponsored
right
by
there.
them, apparently.
There's Joe. Thanks, Joe, for sticking around with us again, and thank you to everybody else, man, for everybody and all that watch. There's
another Dragonfire.
Yeah, man, I think I dropped a couple $100 there. So thank you so much for all of that. I mean, all that super chat. There we go. We can use the money to go buy some rum and eggnog, which we'll be having.
Well, that's literally what we're going to use it for.
That is exactly.
We're not even. Yeah.
By the way, FJET just opened up, and now it's $32. So it's now, like, once the market closes, they could just open it up. So that's exactly what they did now, and there is no stopping this name. Yeah, you don't even need to really do that, Fabian. There's not. This is just going to trade out how it's going to trade, and then. In the after hours, we'll see how high it got. It looks like we do have a tick up there, 34 and change right there once it opened. But the reason why Neil and I talk about it, there's no halt mechanism here, unless it's company, they could halt it, I guess. But the market won't step in and do anything to this stock now. So once that goes there, it is now free to trade. So there's FJET. Good luck to everybody. No more halting. So get out when you want, and good luck to you. Normally it shoots the stock higher. Looks like it's pulling back a little bit right here.
Yeah, when you're up that much, sometimes it's just how it is. But look, we're right back at it at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, whether it's FJET or Tesla or the futures or SIDU or our favorite stock in the world, the Mask.
Gold.
Will be here.
Oh, the Mask.
That garbage penny stock. We'll be here for all of that. So thank you to everybody. Thank you for all the super chats. We'll make sure we're locked and loaded on that half day and having some fun.
Right,
so we're Trader TV Live.
What is it tonight? It's San Francisco.
San Francisco and
why
don't I forget this?
Not Seattle. Indy.
Yeah, that's right, because that one guy in our pool.
So I'm going to go with San Fran just because Purdy versus Phillip Rivers. Is he still the guy?
Yeah, they're starting Phillip Rivers.
And poor Jonathan Taylor. Like, I mean, that's another thing. Forget about.
He's gonna lose the rushing title.
That's what I was going to say.
Because Cook's going to pass.
Right. I was just going to say, like, he was having an MVP season, and then all of a sudden they just stacked the box.
What can you do? Your quarterback gets hurt.
Yeah, maybe. And that's why I'm thinking Purdy tonight will do it. For the 49ers. Always have a good backup like Malik Willis, but then don't drop the ball on a onside recovery. All right, thank you, Sia.
Yeah, Romeo Dobbs. What are you doing, bro?
Sia, what's
you
up?
have one job as the hands team. One job. Catch the ball.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I love you, Romeo Dobbs. But I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 a.m. Ciao till then. Dun, 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 dun.